Yo, it's your boy Aniki, and today we have a very special lean team stream. It's just me and Archbishop East.
What it do, baby? Undefeated of the East. The dynamic duo back at it again.
Now, that does mean the stream could end up being a little shorter, but that don't mean it's work. So, how y'all doing? I know that this chapter had some people in shambles, some were even distraught, but I'm sure that whatever Horikoshi did, it's gonna be some planned out I told you so big brain shit, so I'm not too worried. Yo, all right, yep. See, we got everybody in here. 31. Hey,
What's up, Zeke? What's up, everybody?
oh sweet. Yep. See, we got the people pulling up. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's let the Discord know. Can't have them sitting in the dark.
That's don't worry. I'll let them know. I didn't drop the link though.
We good. I just popped it in there.
Tyler, you so funny, man. What's up, y'all? What's up, Coogan? Virtual.
Enjoyed the
Nama,
chapter.
Tyler,
Oh yeah.
Goop,
See,
Michael, the Mr. Reno, Titiona.
Brendan De La Cruz
Yeah, you
here. I
got
know
all
you. I
that.
know you love to be here on time.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we got a
JD.
certified Deku slander in the chat. I know.
Okay. You banging?
Will be the closing.
Well, don't speak too much now.
All right,
Speak
all
too.
right, all right, all right. Hey, we had like we had almost 50 people anyway.
Yeah, we right.
Let me pop this chapter open. My Hero Academia
Okay, Tyler.
309.
Sure.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Open. Hey, more Ketsubutsu kitties. Hey,
Now,
check it. Shiku Makabe, Mr. Smith, the one who could make smooth balls or like made them all jagged and stuff, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
And then Kitsubutsu Academy third year, Ichijiro Toteki, Boomerang Man. All right, let's see.
their title.
Can't be a child anymore. God damn. Yo, muscular wrapped up in the pack. Literally put him on a pack on his back.
Older that nigga.
Love to see this. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I never got to thank him. Here, miss, use this. Busting out the gurney. Pull
It
the
is
car
Tyler.
around. You'll have a tough time hauling them on your own. See, we don't want anyone dying either. So I figured we should at least hear you out. Yo, Shindo waking up after getting laid out. Was that the one from the exam? But he's got a totally different vibe. Yep, remember. Was that really the same kid? Dinah Police Station. Halt. State your business. You have Iron Maidens here, right? Wait. Yo, using the smoke to stop the cops from even being able to see him properly? Of course. Deku the Dark Knight. Wait, that's Jailbreaker. Wait. The fourth is quieted down. All Might. I'm headed back. Ooh. Okay. Seeing him bouncing around on the roof. You hurt? I'm all right. Your arms and legs just fine, thanks to you. Good thing you ordered these from America before the border was shut down. These mid-gauntlet compression support items, well, they're just test samples, but they're made for endurance. They should reinforce your whole body, though. They won't survive your output at 100%, so no going overboard before the big rematch. Got it? No matter what happens to me, right? Oof. All right. So, you know what I like about this? Real quick. If I wanted to be an ass right now, I could go on Twitter, share my screen with you guys and pull up the Sun Yatara coloring from chapter, what was that, like 305? Where it was specifically, we talked about it and had it colored red, the armbands colored red, because of the fact that these are the gauntlets that were being worked on in the first My Hero movie. So this whole idea, like I saw somebody say that this was a setup. It was. This has been established. That's why Endeavor got gear from them too. We've been talking about these nano compression gear for a while. That's what part of Endeavor's costume is. This is from the first movie. This is the stuff made by Melissa Shields. So people who keep trying to argue about these movies and whether or not Vigilante, you have the Aizawa backstory, you got the gauntlets now. Like, I mean, just saying, y'all being kind of stubborn at this point. I'm on my way from the Silver Age TV special. I love how every time All Might's phone goes off, somebody knows or calls out his ringer. And we got confirmation that Deku is literally wearing like bracers at all times, like I said. So just saying, his arms and stuff are actually properly damaged, and that's why he can't do things 100% properly anymore.
Just
is Midoriya doing okay? Okay, we got Genus, Endeavor, and Hawks all on scene. The Trinity versus Giant Villain. Let's see. Yep, no problem so far. Actually, he just got back. Sorry, got to run. And now he's gone again. He's probably wary of putting you or anyone else in danger. One line of thinking would be to keep him completely isolated and prepare to counter what's to come. But if the ones who cracked open Tartarus like an egg come well prepared themselves, it's all over anyway. Like the boy said, proactively seeking out the enemy raises our odds of victory. I realize this puts you in a tough position, but please do your best to support him in the meantime. Thanks to cutting-edge medical treatment and the recovery girl's arrival at the hospital, a large number of patients recovered and were discharged. Izuku Midoriya wasn't far behind. It seems that you've previously been warned that these extreme injuries could leave you immobilized. You're lucky that you didn't suffer quite the same injury in the past. It was as if the little explosions were contained in your body, but this time they made their way to the surface.
Now this is paneling 101.
Yep. Boom.
And detailing.
Yep, because you can literally see like his body was exploding. I noticed that back then too. Additionally, I suppose you use your quirk to wrap and reinforce your limbs from the inside out and keep them from shattering. Oh, what's that? Doing something to prevent damaging yourself actually did something in a manga? I mean, damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because, like, think about this for a second. When we saw Deku wrap his arm in Black Whip, we all agreed he was reinforcing and supporting it. It only makes sense that the kinetic energy would be distributed amongst the core too, that he was using for reinforcement. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how that physics got applied. Let's see. And then, of course, him having a body that's been able to take more of One for All means 100% was less damaging. That's just logical, too. Nevertheless, the deterioration hasn't stopped, so do be careful. May I ask for an explanation? Is that okay, kid? His power, he's able to maintain it because he was born quirkless. But that's also why the bad guys are coming after him now. What's going to happen to him? We're making arrangements to keep him protected. UA will serve as a, I'm not going back to UA. I thought you might say that. Kid, Izuku, Shigaraki has the ability to locate me. It wouldn't even come as a surprise if he showed up to attack me right now. But, yep, seeing everybody laid out, I don't want anyone else to get hurt. If they reach full strength, things will get worse than ever, which is why I have to stop Shigaraki and All for One before that happens. But you're in the hospital now because you couldn't beat I'll get stronger. I know I said I felt reassured, but no, hearing all this, I can't take it. Mom, when you thanked me and smiled, you don't know how happy that made me that day. And that's why. Okay. This is especially powerful when you remember that this scene, the Save Me game, is a play-by-play from Horikoshi's childhood, where his mom would go in the jungle gym and she would hide under all the bars, and then she would yell, "Save me, Leo," and then he would come up and yell, "I am here." So just remember, like,
Has that been confirmed?
yeah, it's written in one of the volumes. Like, that scene is straight up pulled from his childhood.
Oh, I know about that.
Yeah, he cried when he wrote it. Wow, thank you so much, All Might. Oh, you were my Izuku all along? Damn.
Now that panel slap, boy.
Damn. And like that dedication to the carve up. Like he told us, I was planning to carve him up though. I have to go, but it's okay. I'll come home to you. I know I can't stop you from going, so I'm coming too, whether you like it or not. Ah, so Deku was gonna be alone. All Might was just like, nah, the boy is leaving. Ah, not at all. Yes, I see. Right. This works in our favor, I suppose. He may be the only one who can determine Shigaraki and the villain's location. We were already considering making him the focal point of our efforts. Yes, very well. In that case, we shall follow in his wake while maintaining a safe distance. What a neat way to hold a phone. What? Best Genius is so extra. Also, his neck doesn't look as long now.
Yeah, it toned down.
All right. Is that so? Still crying about it even in death. I should have made the kill. Sorry. Don't be so rigid. Killing can be another way to save someone. Never forget that. And either way, you gotta settle the score with the League of Villains. Let's go. Team up, top three, and Deku and All Might. Fuck out of here. How did you come away with hating your heart after this?
Listen, you know what? I got something to say too. Actually, I want to talk about what Google, I don't want to change my name, said, which made perfect logical sense. Deku used to take 95% blowback from 100% because he can only use 5%. But now that he can go up to 45%, he only took 55% blowback. That, in addition to his Black Whip braces, made the sense that the damage was a lot less.
Yeah. Like, it's straight up Horikoshi just honoring all the progress of the story.
And it's a funny thing you say that too, because Ian, who was the biggest warner of the Deku consequences for his arms, he said he's actually okay with the explanation of arms because it rewards Deku for all his hard work at honing full cow, which is something that you actually spent him time developing that shit and watching him hone it, which is satisfying and rewarding to see.
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought Ian would hate it.
Huh? No, he said it makes logical sense, and even with the official that was before official translations, but even with the official translations, it adds up even more. And don't be trying to call it. Don't ever try to slam Ian, call him a blind fan, because there was some issues he had in general with a little issues he had in the story, so he could call it issues when he has issues. It's just that he was the biggest person on the arms, bigger than any of y'all that you'll ever seen. Any of y'all, I can promise you that. I spent hours talking to this nigga. He claimed more arms than anybody I ever seen.
I mean, for me, I'm conflicted on it, to be honest, because like on one hand, I'm not mad about it. It makes perfect sense. The explanation they made, I never thought of it in this perspective, but it makes a lot of sense that way. It's just more like, damn, I did kind of want to see something like that though. So
East,
that's
hold on real quick. East, you might want to lower your gain a little. It's giving a little bit of feedback.
What?
I said you had to lower your gain because it's giving some feedback. So like your microphone volume.
Oh, that's better?
Yeah, it's a little better. But yeah, like, so my thing is that on one hand, I understand because like we were all sitting here like, oh yeah, like he's gonna, and then it's like, but on the other hand, objectively speaking, Deku does deserve some kind of reward for actually getting stronger. And being able to use nearly half the power means that like you shouldn't like, yeah, no, like straight up, one, him now needing braces to move, and the fact that okay, I was reading something in the chat. And so no, like this makes sense. And the other thing that's important to notice that depending on how much percent Deku has at the final or the next rematch, he might not be walking after he wins, which would be the real painful part of that. Like he might finally actually beat Shigaraki, but if he beat Shigaraki, it may come at the cost of him finally not being able to walk or not being able to use one of his arms or something like that. Exactly. I think the big thing is that like Deku finished the series.
Well, how the only
really
thing about that,
up.
I think the only thing about that is by the time that happens, he probably will be really close to 100%. So I would be kind of strange for that to happen.
I mean, I take it away but at the same time, you got to think the output you put is not the same shit you can take back. Because Shigaraki gonna be throwing the same amount of blows too, but Shigaraki's body was modified into a normal-like state. Deku still has a sense of human likeness in him. His power output doesn't equal the amount of damage he could take, because the same thing off one put a fucking hole in All Might's stomach, and you seen the power output that nigga was put. That's the type of thing.
Oh no, of course. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to Deku getting that recoil, if he's already like at I don't know 90% or something like that, it shouldn't really fuck with him that much.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's getting that high by end of series now.
Same, I agree.
And part of the issue,
I don't know how high he's going to get, but I think at the lowest he'd have to get 70.
Yeah, I think he's capping at around 60 to 70. And the reason for that is because I don't think he's going to, like, while he's going to get stronger, I don't think he's going to get as much stronger as he's going to get even better at fighting with a bit of strength increased, which is an important distinction. Because raw power and technical prowess are not the same thing. So I don't think his body will be able to properly train enough to help him be strong enough to get to that point anymore. Like, I think he's going to be needing like the battle experience more than the physical conditioning at this point, because I don't think he can get a physical body that will be able to handle the burden anymore from all the extra damage. And then super chat from Ice type comments about Spider-Man. This is honestly the best way to handle Deku's arms. If Hori didn't do it this way, there would have been some BS like using Airy or a healing quirk.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't like, and Airy doesn't have a stockpile. So once again, Airy's not gonna break anything.
I will say there is one take I've seen people don't like, which I understand that, but I've just stopped caring, which is about Torino.
Bro, actually, I'm waiting for this too, because I was the forerunner for this one. I'm waiting, so I'm tired today, but I'm really waiting for that nigga Roger to pull up, because I want to smoke. Because niggas gonna get ahead of themselves and try to talk about, oh, he ain't dead. Don't you say he was dead, nigga? Call me when he leaves the hospital. It's been almost like weeks, right? And they say everybody else left, and he the only nigga with the heart monitor still in the bed. That nigga is old as shit. Just give it a second. But you know what? Nobody ever want to give it a second. I don't know why he didn't kill this nigga, but you know what? Guess what? This is all I want to hear. I don't want to hear anybody complain about Torino death. Don't you ever fucking use the phrase horrorcore should have wasted the panel or horrorcore she got the plans. Don't ever use the phrase, because we're not going to keep. Oh, y'all niggas not gonna be like Rex. You're not gonna be fucking cherry picking. Either you keep the same energy all the time, or you don't. You're not gonna be playing that bullshit.
So, real quick, Jolteon. Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's a tweet for that too. Because I also mentioned, like, back when 295 dropped, that based on the hand positioning that Deku was like clawing out, that he likely had some form of carpal tunnel. You can pull it up. So, oh my God. No, like, it's a more realistic consequence that also like factors in both things. And with the Gran Torino point, Gran Torino specifically was talking about like death can be salvation. Like somebody else mentioned, he might be talking about his own state, how like living in a hospital bed with a hole through you and a missing leg just ain't cutting it. So like And at any point that like Gran Torino could exist near anyone, he's gonna get killed, especially because of how he did Shigaraki. So, but when he says I should have made the kill, that makes me question if like Gran Torino was also the kind of person that carried a blade on him and could have just stabbed dude in the back of the neck. But regardless, this conversation, specifically Gran Torino looking at him, and whether you guys subscribe to the theory that he's the grandfather or he's like an uncle, Gran Torino being like, you might have to kill this dude when he might also be about to have been murdered by that dude, creates this interesting dynamic where you get Gran Torino, like effectively Deku's going to do it, and that's going to be the first thing that he's going to like, boom, think about. Like, Gran Torino, you killed him and he told me that I can kill you, basically. Like, it's not every day that the sensei passing the torch on is him straight up being like, you may kill people, my student. Especially not in the standard superhero story.
Oh, also, apparently in Japan they're shitting on Hisashi.
For
where the fuck is he at?
Oh yeah, like yeah, Hisashi should be getting shit on.
Yeah, he trifling. Yeah, you're right. Thicky cheese Peabody, but that's okay, Raphael. You heard what I said on stream, and the Discourse got the receipts. I ain't deleting shit. We gonna see when that old man die. Nigga already talking about that shit.
It is true that if Ponzu was here, he'd tell you to like the stream.
Yeah, that is true.
No, wait. Is somebody getting a phone call?
Not me. My shit on vibrate.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Also, hold on real quick. I just wanted to point this one out because you know what?
Whoa. Turn on the game.
I don't have a game.
Oh, shit. All right.
I don't have nothing. Like, I'm in the room, door closed. That's what I'm trying to figure out what I was talking about earlier.
Oh, you just got like a little buzz. Like, see if you can like stick it in in the jack a little deeper, like if it's loose or something.
Ain't better?
Yeah, sound a bit better. Yeah.
So I'm not even sugarcoating this shit. I'm calling out niggas by name. Yeah, Rexor would say, I pulled, because somebody told me this in VC, so I pulled it up from the chat. And I screenshot the bitch. He literally said, Asta suffered more than Deku. Arms is greater than MHA. Never thought I say today. See today. So I didn't want to be that nigga that had to call the other series and the hypocrisy, just slander other series.
Oh, wait. Can I do that? Can I do that?
You can go because you know more than I do, but niggas getting called out for the other series now. I'm tired of this.
So let me tell you why that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So let's go back, shall we? On Black Clover, Asta at the end of the Water Temple arc got his arms cursed, and they were cursed, so now he can no longer ever use his arms ever again. So the thing is, you're expecting him to be able to move his arms again, right? Obviously, because obviously he's not going to be able to not use his arms for the whole series. But the difference between this and that is, when it comes to that, it took like 7 chapters for him to get his arms back. Literally don't even really have to live with the consequences. The only consequence is that all his friends are like, damn, that sucks, bro. We feel bad for you. We want to help you. And that's it. And this, we've had the arms discussion since forest training. So, and it's been building up. But as alongside the tension of his arms being unable to be used, if he damages them again, so has his strength. And we have a logical fucking explanation to explain why the bullback for his arms isn't as bad. It would be different. Like the way this situation would be comparable is if Deku actually did lose the ability to use his arms, and then and about like 5 or 6 chapters later, Eri rewinded them, and now that'd be when the situation would be comparable. We never got to the point where he couldn't use them in the first place, so that's fucking stupid to compare the two.
All right. So, Anaya, thank you for the dancing duck. I don't know if that's a duck. What is that? Is it a blob? Is it a happy blob? Somebody tell me what that is. I need an opinion on that. And then Andrew Lullaby, why aren't you guys more mad? Hori lied to us and failed to live up to consequences. Come on, throw something, cry, piss yourself, make a scene, or continue to be like One Piece stands and never critique.
I've grown tired of that phrase.
Just so y'all know, Andrew's a longtime viewer. He's memeing because I see some people like mad at him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Philip not getting it. Andrew, yes, he donated $10. Why the fuck would somebody donate $10? Let's say some stupid shit. Come on now, y'all. You know Andrew Lamar. We shot this nigga out like every other stream.
Mel, happy birthday. It's my birthday, and so
happy
I get a chapter and I
birthday.
can show up to the stream. I win. I found y'all stream 2 weeks ago, and I've been binging the past couple streams for the last couple days. So thanks for wow.
Damn.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Happy birthday. See, me making that playlist was good. It's a good thing I finally got around to doing that, so people can just click on one playlist and watch all the way through. Shigaraki should decay himself after growing to hate himself after All For One's influence and the lack of success after a long fight when Deku tries to talk no jutsu him.
What is it? I will say, Mel, what you spending $20 on the stream for your birthday?
Hey, she must got bags. Maybe that was from her own bag. Everybody else giving her the other bag.
I see.
It felt a bit JoJo's asking. We weren't always seeing how the Black Whip was being used, but then it was revealed after the fact. Like, just one slap. But yeah.
I was talking about Inko slapping All Might.
Oh, man. Inko has been too gentle. Like, Inko could have said a lot more.
She could have, but I mean, I think her main focus is about them. My baby's not gonna die, so I want him to stay alive this way.
Yeah, so like that's what I was about to say. I was like, she could have said a lot. She definitely felt a lot. But this is one of those situations where it's not even like anything she says could really have a lot of weight here, because objectively, Deku's in danger. Objectively, being around her will put her in more danger. Like, he is objectively a target that the villains do want. So it's like, it really kind of has to just get out of there.
I think it was our boy Alan, East, who pointed something out. Well, remember how All Might's supposed to get murked? Well, the thing is, All Might now has a way for that to happen, because now he's out in the field instead of being cooped up at the school.
You see, this is what I've been actually. You know what? Thank you for the good segue, BG. Because because you know what, Elias the Great. I was going to address his comment. He asked, "Okay, hold on, we got a $5 donation from Joseph. Hey, appreciate it, man.
Hey, thank you.
So, Elias, hopefully I pronounced it right. The Great is the next rematch at the end of the series. Now, let's say, okay, we don't know if it's going to like stop and then hit the time skip after all the events, or they do it during the series or what have you. No, it's not the end of the series, essentially, because they like the way it changed from Final Showdown from scans to rematch here. They already announced their plan, right? Tell me last time when niggas have announced a full blown plan, and especially a plan as shaky as this, does it ever fully go right? Remember who we keep focusing on. It's only been the heroes since 297, right? Mainly the heroes. Shigaraki and them have not been up on the forefront since that, or 298, I should say. There's a point to that. It's like, all right, bro, y'all niggas keep Horikoshi's setting y'all up for failure, because y'all gonna keep getting hyped up or upset thinking about the villains are losing, they're on the back foot, this, that, and other. You don't realize every parallel Deku we just had right now, that shit finna slap over on Shigaraki for tenfold. Y'all keep forgetting the plan that they said was chaos in all the streets, liberation, degradation, do their thing. but you got all the PLF members out in the street doing what they need to do, and Shigaraki comes and rises atop of everything. People keep forgetting how the plan is just because it got sidetracked a little bit. When niggas like Rex say the villains lost, that's fucking bullshit. You know what a loss is? Is Shigaraki was in jail. That's the loss, and then can't nobody save them. He's healing right now and perfecting his entire body because when he come back, he's stomping all these niggas out.
Also, real quick, I want to touch on this. So y'all know Aniki loves to pull out that arithmetic in the middle of stream and start doing math. So y'all ready for math? That could be talking about in February of like, we'll just call that like the 0 year of MHA. Like he meets that All Might in that February. Deku asked him directly, "Oh, you got into a fight 5 years ago that injured you. That was that Toxic Chainsaw." And like All Might's, "Oh no." He's like, no, not that dude. He got some good shots in though, but like, it was somebody else. So realistically, the fight that All Might had with All For One took place after the fight with Toxic Chainsaw timeline wise, because that means that there was a time period where Deku or All Might probably was a little bit inactive. And that's why like Deku was like, "Oh, I didn't see All Might for like a week after the Toxic Chainsaw fight. It must have been that one." Is likely where his brain went. So from that perspective, the prediction that Night Eye would have made would have had to have been after like that February. So if we're looking at it from that perspective, that 6 year, we're finally in that 6 year stretch. And now that we're in the streets at that like 6 year limit, because it would be 6 years since that prediction would have been made then, since that time period where All For One would have fought All Might, we're now literally in that, like, this is the 6 years, this is the cap, this is the final stretch of that timeline. If this is the area where All Might will have to die if he's going to die.
Yeah.
And again, like I always said, people were like, "Oh, well, All Might was predicted to die, but he didn't die in Camino." All Might has to die to a villain Night Eye had no clue existed, because he would have just specified All For One if it would have been, that.
Yeah, Shigaraki won't even look this. He doesn't even look the same as he did when back then. Yeah, he didn't even know about Shigaraki, so it's like they don't really know Shigaraki like that. But by the time we see this nigga Shigaraki in, he'll be a different fucking breed entirely. But hold on, Joseph said that his comment was supposed to be a super chat, but it sent the super chat, but not the comment.
Oh.
So I think the comment is, to be fair, we don't know what Inko may have said and or done to All Might while Izuku was attending the All For One conference.
Y'all know who it is. Almighty Fish Mix. Just curious on what each of you are most excited to see happen by the end of the series. Ooh.
That's a good one, man. Honestly,
That's like, yeah, because like that's one that actually.
I had to do multiple. I mean, like, man, the peak of Shigaraki's character, probably where Spinner's the peak of where Spinner's character is hit. I can't wait to see that fully coming to fruition.
I would need to see Bakugo and Deku's conversation finally, so that they work together like as true friends. None of that like even slightly begrudging, like them just completely. Yeah. Like, that's like one of the things that I think I need in the series character-wise.
You hurt? Well, what is it? I mean, I honestly think we're going to be switching.
But for perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too when you read the end of the chapter. And we got a color page next week. So I'm like, he's been building up all this hope. We haven't seen any of the villains. The only person we've seen was Dabi. He's like, guess I haven't did enough yet. But people keep focusing on what Deku and them want to do because they're the heroes and they think it's going to go the way they perceive. This entire arc wouldn't have been a real arc had it went the way they planned it. They didn't have all that shit planned out to the T, and that shit failed, backfired entirely.
Also, I'm gonna just point out that the fact that the hero system is so down bad that they have teenagers and like third years routinely out in the streets now doesn't help the hero society's like cause for not being,
What are you talking about? Let the kids do it.
What a walk-ins.
The kids can do it. They can handle it. They're fine. They can do this.
People talk about math class, this, that, and the other. I'm like, bro, do y'all not understand what the point of a contingency plan is? They had the kids do all this shit just so if shit went left, they will be out here ready to do what they're doing right now.
Yep.
They know like math class and like, bro, Japan is down bad and worse than ever. If they really care about math class and this, that, and the other, like following basic rules, And the morals, they wouldn't have had the kids in the war in the first place, just because it was convenient.
Also, where are Hawks' wings?
That's what everybody's been talking about
Exactly.
recently. That's what
Gone.
everybody's been saying.
Exactly.
Gone like they should be.
Yes.
Like, no, because like I saw somebody saying that like Hawk still had his wings, but where are his wings? Where's like
MIA.
The argument for him having his wings is that why would he be on the battlefield if he didn't?
Why is All Might there then?
But
Stupid
All Might's
ass
not.
question.
But well, hold on. All Might's not actually on the battlefield. When Hawks called All Might, he was right there on the battlefield. All Might's in the fucking dark alleyway. That's the difference. And the last panel is just to symbolize everybody teaming up. Not like they finna go fight right then and there. It's just that they're all teaming up together to go take down the villain's line. Although they don't know where those niggas are at.
I mean, I got no idea. I got no idea, but I know he doesn't have any goddamn wings because I saw an image. I saw an image of what he looks like with his full wings. Yeah, he don't have no goddamn.
also because Horikoshi made it a point to draw Endeavor's fire here. I'm gonna point out that he did in fact draw Hawks' wing port in the slot of his jacket.
What do you mean?
Like Hawks' jackets always have like a little slot so his wings can stick out. If you zoom in, the wing port is still there. It's just empty.
Oh yeah. No, he's wearing the same jacket. No,
Yeah,
he's not. He didn't get like a brand new fucking jacket.
Yeah, like he's wearing like the same stuff, but like there's
he's
no
still Hawks.
feathers. There's no like there's not even like a feather floating around to like show that he does still have it. Like where's any trace of his wings?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the reason I was so fucking confused. And people said, "Man, he just gave him his wings back. Deku's arts are fine." I'm like, "Wait, wings back? Hold up, bitch. Wings back? Where are the wings?"
Hey, I want to talk about Isaac Jones. I feel like Shigaraki is going to get caught with his pants down and have to fight Pharaoh style. No, that's already what happened in during PLF. They're not going to find this man now, bro. They got no shot at chance in hell of finding him. It's only like fucking 3 people that know where that nigga at. That's Dabi, All For One, mate, and we don't know where Ujiko at, and fucking Skeptic, and that's the only like and Spinner. Like those are the only people that know where that nigga is really at. You can't. It's not like you can ask the high end some questions. They gonna answer you.
Oh no, somebody. No. this nigga Allen is over here fucking clowning. He said, he's crying over the fact that Gran Torino said never take your eyes off the prize. Nigga needs to be worried about his own recovery, talking about I should have got the kill. Nah, nigga, that was so crazy. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you should have got the goddamn kill?
Man, look. Oh, Jorge Valdez. Yo, I don't want to be excommunicated out of the church, but do you guys think the final boss is still going to be Shigaraki? So I lean that way because I see like All For One as the final villain that Shigaraki needs to overcome. And there's a lot of dialogue from All For One that would have to be we would need a lot of extra flashbacks to contradict Shigaraki being the final villain completely. So yeah, I mean, you're right, Jolteon. We do have the pieces for the final boss to be aliens. I really should just I should give y'all that crack theory video. I'll push it as a crack theory though. Don't worry.
I'll be like, please no.
This the thing for this
Look. Turtle Court gets to have his time travel theory. Let me have my crack with my aliens.
But because the way you did aliens actually made sense. But a lot of people don't remember that little hint you dropped, and I don't know who was in there for what part. But like, the way Aniki says aliens make sense because it's not in the regard the fucking gray alien you think, the gray or green alien you think. So
that's not what I don't like the idea. No matter how it's explained, I don't like because of the fact that aliens to me in works of fiction that have nothing to do with aliens all the time, it always just comes off to me as damn nigga, I don't know how the fuck I'm in this, or I don't know how the fuck to explain this shit. So fucking aliens. It's always like that. Everything I see that has fucking aliens that I'm like at the last second.
Wait, but BG,
the
way I explained it, technically, like even if it was aliens,
I'm sure you're going to have an explanation. Your theory would make it to where the alien hints have been laid the whole series. I understand that's what you're probably going to say, right?
Oh yeah, like you can work some and spend them.
Oh, I'm
It's
sure.
like-
No, I'm not doubting the fact that if this were the case, he would have had some shit that would recontextualize shit I saw before. And oh, okay, this was supposed to be alien shit all along. That's just I just don't like aliens. To me, aliens to me are the same tier as zombies. I hate zombies.
Really?
I hate zombies.
I like
Zombies-
aliens more than zombies.
Zombies are so fucking overused. I hate zombies.
Like aliens,
we-
at least sometimes you
and we
get
got a-
different cultures and stuff.
and we
Real
got a
quick, super
super
chat. My name is pronounced. Wait, okay. So where we're from, this is Nader. So I wanna clear that now. So if it's if it's not Nader and should be like Nadir, then I just want you to know that that's because like Ralph Nader pronounces Nader as Nader. So I don't know if that's how you wanted me to say it. Hori's drawing style is my all-time favorite. This chapter shows what I meant last week with the whole edgy BS. Midoriya's presence this chapter from first panel is calm.
Shout out. Corey got my favorite art style all time too, bro.
I used to type comments about Spider-Man said Gran Torino is trying to fix his mistake of not pulling out on time. I ain't got to do my boy like that.
I'm sorry, Fish Mix. Zombies are the most overused fucking idea I've ever seen. I'm tired of zombies.
Hey, but let me talk about this since y'all was talking. They was talking about
Thank you.
Shigaraki is 100% the final villain. Like, I don't know. Like, I still don't know what it's gonna take. I just need that all nigga off of one. I don't care about the veteran nigga. I need a nigga out the paint, bro. Because, whoo, good lord, has this nigga shifted the story into like inconceivable like types of like routes, loops we would have to go through retconning just to make it fit, and it don't need to fit. Like, there's no reason he needs to be the final villain if Shigaraki's right there, like at all. That's the point to it. Even more so, look at Awful One. People try to make Awful One be like, oh my God, he's on this Orochimaru type beat, or this, that, and the other. He's so evil. He's gonna take Shigaraki's body. No, you don't remember this nigga Shigaraki got burnt to a crisp and he lost the Endeavor and Deku. Then he was like, don't be like that tomorrow. Besides, I clearly had to lend you my strength. Nearly burned to cinders, and even after surviving that, you would have plummeted to your death. He helping this nigga out. Like, yeah, he doing some fuck shit, but if you think about, if you take a step back, right, and you don't think about how a nigga lost air quote, how like Rex like to fucking say it, and be like, okay, logistically in terms of strategy of war, if I retreat now, there's more good I could do than like that. If I press on my body that's breaking apart right now, which is what Awful One seen, and he's so close to achieving his goal too that he's like, all right, you did good, my son, but let Papa take over real quick. And the overbearing parent, the greedy fucking, that one narcissism, like, I got this. Don't worry. I know what's best. You go ahead, sit down. Let Papa take the wheel. We're right there. We can do it together. But it's Shigaraki's dream. That's the point. He's just an overbearing parent, not some maniacal evil overlord that's trying to take his body. No, he's just an overbearing parent. Y'all get this nigga too much credit, bro. He's just an overbearing parent. Even when the nigga Shigaraki was killing him, this nigga was pleased. Like, come on, bro. Even when the nigga Shigaraki was killing him, he's like, I nearly forgot. You hate me too. All the better. How fitting for the symbol of terror. This nigga smiling while he getting destroyed. Come on now, bro. It's literally, he's setting this nigga up. Shigaraki not supposed to be a Muppet on strings, and he's supposed to be the greatest evil lord of all time. Like, I can't wait till this nigga die this year. Him or all might get out the paint this year. The way the story moving, I can't wait. I'm tired of both of them niggas. Mainly the Awful One.
So AJ Ayush brought something up. He says, "Does UA mean Unis Honest, which means 1 year in Latin? It can be related to Deku being in school for 1 year only."
Ooh,
that actually tracks.
So I don't think we've ever been given like a hard definition of that, but shit, baby. Also, hey, Pons is gonna pull it up. Cool.
Let's go.
Oh, Sixer. Shigaraki equals Obito. AFO equals Madara. Dabi equals Black Zetsu. Me equals pissed. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's the logic they be using. 6R. And you know what? I'm breaking my golden. I'm breaking one of my golden rules. So you know what? Fuck all those hating ass niggas. Okay, I'm breaking my golden rule. What I try not to do is call out other series and dismantle other series, so I can prove a point in my series. I refrain my best from ever doing that. But since niggas like Rex, and yes, I keep calling him out because we gave that nigga an offer to come on stream a long time ago, where we set up where people didn't cut him off, and he denied it and just wanted to talk shit. So I'm calling when they want to put this bullshit. I got something for that. So when niggas talk about like peak fiction, Hunter x Hunter peak fiction. So anybody got a problem with the Aluka shit, or we just gonna let that slide? I mean, so because we talking about like no consequences to a major threat that happened in the series. I mean, the nigga getting off easy, right? But because of the shit set up in the story, it's okay. Or when without the spoil the chat, but when a certain city level incident happened and a nigga die, but he get revived only because it can work in a favor because there's somebody else inside of him. That's okay, right? Nobody called bullshit on that. Although that nigga lost the fight, but he kept getting back up. You see, niggas want to call. Yeah, I'm calling shit out, bro, because niggas want to fucking cherry pick when shit fit their narrative.
Oh no, like hey, you see, I ain't gonna say no because I mean you right.
And niggas talk about fucking lazy writing. Boy, you don't know lazy writing. There's a difference between lazy writing and you not being comfortable with something because it was established. You just said, remember what y'all motherfuckers be saying? Well, it was explained, but it could have been explained better, or like maybe I would have liked it to explain like this or set up a little bit more. But there was at least something set up for it, right? Right? Okay, then. Y'all know niggas don't know lazy. I'm really tired of God, right, nigga? Okay. They set up, okay, the MC has this ability, these abilities, that. And even on a blog post, which is notes about the chapter or the story itself, outside of the story, then the nigga will be like, all right, he can't do this. The next chapter, he retconned everything he just said this nigga can't do and gave him a new ability. Nigga got a whole ton of abilities. Then he gonna be like, all right, this new ability came out of nowhere. He's like, I wish I could do this. Guess what? The nigga can do it. And his power ain't about wishing. It's like y'all niggas don't know what lazy writing is. Niggas not just writing shit out their ass to be plot conceived. I'm tired of y'all doing that shit. If you don't like something, that's fine, but don't be calling that nigga lazy. Like, I'll show you fucking lazy, right? When I just write something in there just to take away something because I don't know how to fucking write myself out the corner like a Deus Ex Machina, that's fucking lazy writing. That's not setting up. That's not being prepared. You can ask for like, and y'all niggas getting too hype or projecting your head can is like, then you get the failure and then you get pissed. Y'all like act like a big ass bunch of fucking kids, bro. But you won't pull that shit with your other series, do you? Fucking cherry picking, bro. I'm not gonna do that shit.
Of course, that's all. I mean, to be fair, everybody does that though. That's a natural thing. The thing if you're more invested in one thing, then you're going to try harder to understand the intentions on one thing than another if you don't care about it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. But then guess what? Then it's the difference between what was it, Aniki? The criticism. Remember the criticism tweet, right, Aniki? You want to go ahead and pull that up?
Hold up.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Gone literally lost his MC status. That is honestly though. So real quick, Jorge, I can't completely like really think that like that's fair or like a good comparison because he had already been swapped out for Kurapika as the MC during European.
I mean, like this notion that Gon is no longer the MC. I mean, like, are we going to say that Deku is no longer the MC of My Hero Academia? He hasn't been the main focus of the story in 2 years. Does that mean he's not the MC anymore? That's not how that works.
Gon didn't lose his MC status. That's what I'm saying. Like he's still the MC. Like Jing has to relearn it. He doesn't. But he also basically was like, but actually think about whether or not you really want to be a hunter now because you already like. It's like you already came here, you already talked to me. So I'm like, now, do you still want to be a hunter even? Like, go figure that out. So
okay, and but you see what I'm talking about, right? How y'all got your reasonings for like a Luca making sense, right? But then it's an issue, but do y'all have an issue with it though? See, because now in here we got an issue with it. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not niggas don't ever be keeping the same energy all the time. And Iggy said something earlier about the super chat.
No, I think I thought I said that. I agree with East. I'm thinking AFO was trying to make Shigaraki know what he wanted his little bro to be, especially since they look alike. Yeah, I've always thought that his like fascination is like some kind of weird form of love, and that's why I think that part of him wanting one for all is so that him and his brother can be together in the vestige world because he's a weirdo. Like I genuinely think that's what it's going for.
Yeah. Exactly. You see, Isaac, you see what I'm talking about, right? I think it's bad faith arguments. That's my point exactly. But niggas, once again, niggas like to pick and choose and cherry pick. That's why I don't try to compare other series, but niggas want to keep doing that shit. Or niggas let shit slide on other series, but they don't let. But when it comes to MHA, you want to be extra super duper hypercritical. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Keep the same energy.
Like, you want to compare series? All right, fine. We'll compare.
And then don't get mad when like, oh, you misinterpreted this and this, that, other. But then you do the same thing when it came to MHA. Okay, then keep the same energy, then, nigga.
Also, while y'all talking about Eri in the chat, I'm just gonna point out that like both Aluka and Eri have rules. But it's also basically directly stated that Kahlua can get around those rules because of his friendship. So, like, I have mixed feelings about the way Aluka was handled. But like, Eri, could she become broken? Sure, maybe if what it would take for Eri to be broken, I think takes a lot of like plot devices, like a lot of contrivance. Like if you like hopped her up on trigger, like some of the theories suggest, or something like that, or maybe if you gave her one for all and it supercharged rewind. But like, there's not a whole lot that I can think of that actually lets 8-year-old Eri be broken. And I don't. And I think that her quirk stockpiles a specific emotion, aka regret. So I don't think that I think her character arc is built around making it as inconvenient and unlikely as possible for her to be able to use her quirk, because her quirk just causes her problems for the most part. Like, that's where it seems like her character is written and structured around to me.
But yeah, Isaac, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just pointing out how arguments don't always go the same when you try to compare two series, because the niggas have biased agendas or this, that, and the other, and so it don't always hold the same. Because they cherry pick what they like in one series and then don't keep it the same energy with the other. Once again, that fake shit, fraudulent ass behavior.
Also, understand that I am completely against the concept of drugging Eri. I'm just kind of pointing out the stuff we'd have to do to get there. And it's all stuff that like goes against the entirety of like what people are trying to do within the story.
What are you talking about drugging Eri?
So you didn't know.
Because I was talking about how contrived it would be, or how contrived it is to like for Eri to break the story because of the way she's been handled. Like even the war arc, people were like, "Oh, Eri's gonna be able to save Deku," and it's like, yeah, and now she's not, because she doesn't have a stockpile. And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" And like, she has a stockpile, like she can't do that. And then, sure enough, that's not what happened. And it's weird to me that people don't think that like the good guys don't have access to good science. Like, that's like the one weird thing that I think needs to like kind of die, is that people keep assuming like it's a magical hospital, bro. It's like 100, 200 years in the future.
Yeah.
If you have nanotech weapon, hey, at least you gotta like turn their mic down. I think your mic input volume somehow. Like, the idea that they would have bracers and be able to do surgery when some of this stuff is what you can get like if you're rich anyway right now, like the amount of like reinforcement or like getting like steel bones and like things like that, like they already replace your joint. Like, especially
I'm thinking about the Mid Gauntlet shit. Like, that alone should tell you that they have high tech shit.
Yeah. And also, just to point this out too, this chapter literally tells you that Deku getting rewinded would be stupid because his body has changed since his other injuries. He's been getting stronger and stronger. So why would you want to rewind that? Which, again, the term is rewind. Why would you bring it back to a state where it's going to be glass again?
Oh, so you're saying that if he were to get rewinded and fixed, he'll also get nerfed.
Yes.
Ooh, good. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the most he could ever get is like a 2 or 3 day rewind. He could never get like a big one. All right, real quick. I used to type comments about Spider-Man says, and this is Spider-Man's quote: "Clowns like Rex and Dustin love flexing their illiteracy like it's gospel and do the woe is me shtick whenever they get checked on their idiocy."
I'm going to be quiet.
I'm not going to say anything to confirm or deny that some people especially like to show up and then get mad. And like, I'm not going to say that people haven't predicted things and had like an entire call of people tell them, hey, that's not what Horikoshi is setting up, only for them to throw a tantrum, leave the stream, and not come back for months. But yeah, so people downplaying the episode, saying it's not season 2 level.
Let me talk about that. Let me talk about that right quick.
Because real quick, there's something that I wanted to bring up about Kaminari, because Kaminari, like low key, there's like has like this limited flight ability that just doesn't get talked about at all.
Thank you.
No, what is it? I wanted to talk about this because I saw some people who were trying to say it wasn't that good. This episode was fucking amazing. The hell? This episode, as for a normal episode, is some of the best fucking animation I've ever seen in the show.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a big event. It was the first fucking match. And It was the first fucking match and it looked this fucking good? Are you insane?
That's the other thing. This was the match that was like the blow-off match in my eyes. I thought this was the match that they would put the least amount of effort into. I thought it was the easiest one to get away with. Like sandbagging on, because you can't sandbag Tokoyami and Momo, you can't sandbag the Shoto round, you can't sandbag the Bakugo round, and you definitely can't sandbag the 5th round.
Well, I knew they weren't gonna half-ass it because I saw this was like the first clip that showed me, damn, they're gonna do some cool shit on this arc.
Yeah. Also, real quick, 123 Anaya 14, Stain, Overhaul, and Gentle said he dislikes the League of Villains, hates Shigaraki for a different reason. Is there any possibility that Deku teams up with these villains? Popular theory right now.
Only person I even possibly see him teaming up with is Stain. Fuck them other niggas.
Yeah, I could see him teaming up with Gentle.
Well,
Gentle, he's not a villain though.
Yeah,
Gentle's never a villain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about villains. Gentle's a gentle soul, not a villain.
Hello?
Let's go.
Hey.
Y'all better start liking the stream. He ain't playing with y'all.
Yeah, I know Pon's gonna be on y'all next now.
But no. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the notion that, because I saw some people like downplaying the episode, and I'm like, huh? No. I'm like, I had beautiful fucking direction. I had some fucking creativity finally with those onomatopoeias and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had some beautiful fucking shots. They had those CG backgrounds that every series has now. They look beautiful. Like, no. I'm like, oh my god, the art. Some of the fucking art.
Nah,
like,
when the Ibarra used her shit, and when fucking Alpaca Beast, Gudovan, when that nigga was pulling through the bars to pull up on Shindo, that shit was fucking gas. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. So like, that shit was gas.
I like the little shit. Like when Shishida got fucking electrocuted. The character acting from fucking Shishida and fucking Kaminari's reaction to him brushing it off. That shit was beautiful. That shit was so fucking fluid. It was so fucking just smooth. I'm like, oh my god. I need to rewatch that shit. That shit was great.
Yes. You got super chat.
Oh, let me hit that up. Jorge Valdez, didn't in the beginning of the series, All Might told Deku that he needed to train the vessel body. It makes sense that his arms are tougher. Yeah, this is literally like straight up payoff for everything Deku's been through. Like Andrew Lullaby and those other guys' defense, in their mind, they know that at EOS, Deku will beat Shiggy. So the best time for Shiggy as king is now in the middle part.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not trying to hear. Ain't no excuses and ain't no defense for them niggas no longer, bro. Who has the upper footing right now? Shiraki. Remember, he was supposed to heal in April, but we already deep into April, and we have not seen him like once, bro. Remember that. Now, who has the upper footing? Are they looking around for? Aren't they running around looking for Shigaraki with no hopes, no actual way to find out where the fuck those niggas are at? But don't all for one of Shigaraki know exactly where their sanctuaries are at? Okay, then who's the sitting duck? Who's the one on the cards? Remember, the only reason they got the upper hand last time is because Hawks was in there and he had insight. Now they walk around fucking blind in the dark.
What was actually something? This is slightly off topic. You said Ian was okay with this, right?
Yeah, he said. Yeah, I told you. I read what he said.
Where's he been?
He has stuff to do on Sundays. He tries to come later in the stream. He told me he tried to come later. I got his number, so I texted him.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, because I haven't seen fucking Ian in like months.
Yeah.
Hold up. Anaya flexing the member emotes in the chat, showing y'all what's good. I love it. Dim Light says, I want to know if you guys think the art exhibit would hint towards anything that is going to happen in the future. I think so. I think Horikoshi's.
I don't think so.
I think he's going to throw teasers in there. You just won't understand that they're teasers until it's too late.
I don't think he will, because everything that we thought was a hint to the future has already happened. So it was just shit that was going to happen by the time the exhibit already came out, like the eye patch, for example.
Okay. Cheesed Peabody. Haven't seen Tsukuyomi Sakuyuka, but MVA equals instant nut. We're gonna get the Black Sabbath moves are gonna be insane.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you realize this, but they hid that in the teaser, in the preview.
Like they showed a little bit of Dark Flight, but like that was it.
Damn, listen, it's gonna be my season next week.
Well, that's not a spoiler.
God.
That's not a spoiler. They already spoiled it in the fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm saying like they don't. Like
so I'm
they're
saying,
gonna it's gonna be nice.
Well, the thing is, somebody did point something out though. This chapter only covered 2 chapters.
Yeah.
So somebody had the question that the next one might cover at most 3 chapters, because the first chapter is the interlude chapter, and then it would cover the first 2 chapters of the fight. So then the last one wouldn't be covered.
Yeah, because I think what's the prediction? Momo Lucky Cannon is the final scene. Also, how would you guys feel about Momo dying later in the series?
I wouldn't like that.
Ooh. That'd be a hard blow.
I would like that. I would like.
I would. Fuck no.
Oh no.
I would like that.
Hold up. Before we get into that, Jorge Valdez says, and don't take it the wrong way, without counting Hunter, hiatus. MHA is my favorite right now. Yeah, actually, like Saren Deshalati is a good villain. So like the current arc of Hunter is good. It just hasn't had a chapter in like 2 years. Ouch.
Yeah.
It's not getting read. It's never getting read. Sorry.
It's painful, man. It's painful.
Oh, I don't. It's never getting read, because even if it does come back, it's gonna disappear in 10 chapters anyway. So what the fuck am I reading it?
So
I'm still getting 10 chapters more. I'm a happy man.
10 chapters, and you had to wait another 2 years to get 10 more. Fuck that.
That's the reason I didn't read the Gray Man, bro. Niggas got their chapters for 2 seconds, and then they went back to months. No. Every 4 months. I'm not suffering.
Well, that's not a hiatus. Hold on. To be fair, that's not a hiatus. That's the release schedule.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Damn. Come on, BG. Okay.
No, it's not a joke. That's not a joke. The magazine it's in is a quarterly manga, so it releases every 4 months.
Bro, if you think I'm finna wait 4 months to read all right, about this Momo death thing, because I ain't even finna pry into that shit, because you got me all the way fucked up. I ain't gonna go into why I wouldn't even. You know what? I ain't gonna touch that shit with a 10 foot.
Okay, because the chat is going in like. Let me explain.
Like the stream, show your love.
So, the reason why I was thinking about it is mostly because of the joint training round and how Makia goes, and like how Momo's story is consistently kind of revolved around her either like learning her proper value and what she contributes as a hero currently, but then also understanding that just because she physically loses doesn't mean that her plans and her stratagems aren't good or weren't valuable and they can't contribute to the larger win. Hey, Daibi. So the way I've looked at it is that you had the fight against Tokoyami where she had to learn about her weaknesses, because she came in and everybody kind of thought that she was the best student, basically. You know, she was academically on top, and they were like, well, she can make anything. Like, she's the GOAT. She was dropping knowledge during the battle training. So then it was like, all right, cool. We got to humble her a little, have her lose to Tokoyami. He's got a better physical matchup. It's not really a big deal. She just needs to think about what she needs to improve on. Then you move into the sports festival because she hadn't really dealt with an L before. She's all like down bad and sad. And so then like eventually she realized, like Shoto realizes, hey, you make better plans than me. You take the strategic front for this. So then she learns to like trust in her strategies. So by the time you get to joint training, she effectively does the lucky cannon, passes her like advice that would help the team win on, and then dies to Kendo. Fast forward, because like that gives her the like ability to make like plans in unwinnable scenarios. She knew she wasn't going to win. So then that's what the payoff was for, like in the war arc, where she's making the plan with Makia, knowing that there's an extremely high chance of failure, still sticks it out and makes a contribution that actually goes forward and eventually does come into play and stop things from being as bad as it could have been, like letting her win. So then you get to her final stage, and it very well could be Momo's last act is slowly dying while she like tosses a cannon out to the side and shoots out a lucky bag. And then that lucky bag is the clutch factor that decides like the final arc. Like, let's say she learned how to make cork erasing bullets, and then she like lucky bagged that over to somebody, and then that's what ended up like deal breaking it. Something like that. And kill Coda because at any point I'm cool with him leaving the story. Moon Dude 345. Everyone's talking about where's Shiggy. Well, Momo died, but I'm sitting here like, where the hell is Vlad King? I'm just kidding. Another great chapter in reaction. Oh snap!
Where is Vlad King? People still thinking that Vlad King is the mole. Damn, guys.
I blame Roger. Roger for discriminating against blood type quirk users.
Yeah, that's people with blood type. It's sad how people can put people in boxes like this.
Also, Ponzo, you just got here, so how did you feel about the chapter today?
This chapter. What I like about this chapter is that Horikoshi always show us that we don't know what he's writing about. Not that we don't know what to expect from him. You know what I mean? Like we thought that Deku was alone, taking the society up himself. You know what I mean? And then you get the top three and All Might in this too. You know what I mean? And it was weird because I was thinking out another stuff, but when I just started to read, it seems logical too. You know what I mean? That right now they have to make a united front, and Deku is the best hope to beat Alpha One and I forgot his name, Shigaraki. You know, so yeah, it's logical. I love the introduction with the other people of Kitsubutsu. That was really nice to see them. The Boomerang guy, they're both their quirks were good together. That's why they're always together. That's how I thought about this. And next to this, the Deku mother moment was I don't know. Did All Might and Deku told her the truth? Yes or no? Because I don't think that I must read it back, because when I read it first, I didn't read like they just said that Shigaraki was searching for a quirk. I'm not sure. I have to read it back to be sure of it.
No, I'm pretty sure they told her the truth, because if Deku told the class about One for All, then it doesn't make sense to not tell.
I hope so. Yeah, but yeah, I was expecting a more violent response from her. So yeah, but yeah, we get what we get. You know what I mean? So next to this, the fact about his arms, that he, if I understood well. I read it on the bus, so I was too hyped. I was reading with music, so his arms can take more. They're still wounded, but they can still the fact that he trained his arms to adapt to One for All, if I understood well, is that he's still wounded, but not that. I need to read that back, because I So what they said, the Mario Doctor was fun to see, but yeah. Okay, so you're lucky you didn't suffer quite for the same injury. In the past, it was a little explosions contained in your body, went to surface. Additionally, I suppose you use the cord to wrap. These injuries are similar nature, but your body has changed since then. Nevertheless, the irritation hasn't stopped, so do be careful. So he's still in the same situation that if he used one for 100%. With these arms like this, they can still destroy themselves.
Right. He's still breaking down. It's just that, hey, as a reward for actually getting good, you don't break down as fast.
Yes, that's logical. That's logical. So yeah, I like the chapter. So I can't wait to see what's happening. What will happen next? Because he took I forgot his name. Our jailbreaker like trash and just throw them at the at the prison. That was funny, but yeah, I can wait to see what's happening. And the armlets, we were right, man. You were right, Aniki, about the armlets, about the coming from America, stuff like this. So I'm sad that we don't see the word shield on it, but yeah, still. I like it. I like the chapter. It's a setup chapter. We get flashbacks about the stuff that even Rex said talked about is that he wanted to know what happened before. So yeah, I can wait more. I can wait for more. Right now, I'm just like waiting to see where the story is going right now because I was really loving it about the Deku living trying to live with the society on his own. You know what I mean? I really like that concept and idea. But the moment we didn't get this, I'm a little sad about it. But still, I can't wait to see what Horikoshi is giving us because right now he has started. The first step is to trying to understand the villains, why they act like this, stuff like this. You know what I mean? So he's already on the way to try to understand the other side of the hero society that he never had to experience in his life. That's something I think as a future number one hero, you must know and must understand because yeah, these villains are made because heroes are there and stuff, and just only the society makes these villains too. So if you don't understand the flaw of your society, you can't fix it. That's how I see it. So yeah. And we saw the man that I want to see dead. He's still alive. I was expecting this, but still. Gran Torino gave the cape, the scarf to Deku, like to show that it's a cape. Okay, it's a cape. Yeah, it's a cape. So okay, yeah. Yeah, I like it. So top 3. I think this setup. I think that All Might might die with this setup because he's the only one who can protect himself, literally. The other ones will be if they fight against different villains that have or different groups. The whole team here. All Might is the only one who can do anything.
That's not true. Hawks can't fight either.
Oh shit! He still don't have his wings.
Yep, no wings.
Oh no! What the hell is happening right now?
Yes, I already said it in my group chat. We have All Might there, being just fucking useless, and then we have a dripped out millennial. That's the only thing Hawks is there for.
Well, who I want to reiterate and remind
Technically, Hawks is a zoomer.
I mean, because if it takes let's pretend that this would take place in 2014, he'd be older than me.
Oh yeah.
He's not a zoomer.
Oh yeah,
man, it's gonna be dangerous for these.
Just want to reiterate though about that. In case y'all forgot, and you wonder why I still think Hawks will die, you must be forgetting about what happened to Overhaul. Like Shigaraki not gonna let one of his most trusted friends, actual friends and buddies, Heart, just go just like, all right. That's not the same childhood man, baby. I'm going to direct my anger at everybody. The rage to kill everybody was already there. So it's not just gonna be like, I'm going to indirectly extremely kill everybody and forget about the one person I actually didn't know. Don't forget, first thing this nigga said when he put up an overhaul, you owe us an arm for compress and a magnate. That was way back at overhaul, bro. The links they came through to and the trust he has and his companionship in like his fucking people, especially at the NBA. And you really think Hawks is gonna slide through and it's gonna be whatever? And Sugar Rocket not gonna let that slide. You must be fucking drinking like some crack or something.
So
They're
I
not
just
gonna let that slide.
I just hope that my boy Koichi can save all mics on right time.
Koichi, oh my god.
If this happens, I'm gonna scream literally. If I'm reading this on the bus.
If that happened, I'd scream in rage.
Oh, bro, I'll scream of happiness.
Leave that nigga in the past.
Nah, man.
Yes.
He's a true number one hero.
All Might's basically out for now. That's funny. Oh, we got a super chat. Is Lion Kid around?
Y'all think Hawks don't got shed feathers at home? I mean, he could, but like,
I mean, what's he got, a feather blade? He's gonna fight niggas with a feather blade?
Nah, he's
With a dull feather blade.
Technically, he still has his body with was trained to support his speed, so he might be not as fast. I'm just trying to find something for the Hawks fans. Man, that man is a bum for the moment. He can't do anything. He just can't.
What I mean, okay, what you said is true. He's used to moving at higher speeds, so he should be stronger.
Yes.
Like, physically, he is strong enough that he should be able to do. Like, he would still outperform a good number of people without his quirk now, because he's trained to be like superhuman. But I'm
he's primarily a rescue hero anyway, so he's pretty useless.
Like, I'm looking, and because my big issue and the reason why I'm like, I don't know if he even actually has wings is because, like, usually if Hori's like having him do something with his feathers, there's almost always at least one floating in the panel somewhere that you can see to reflect that he's got a bunch of feathers distributed, and that's not the case here.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that scene where his back was rumbling was symbolic. It wasn't literal.
Yes, Sean Williams, 100%. That nigga All Might in a grave to this year or next year. What? Telling you, All Might are all for one out the paint this year. One of them niggas getting the fuck out of here.
I did. Yeah. I think it was your boy Andrew who was compiling complaints, and one of the complaints he posted was funny. He apparently a complaint that he's been seeing was that they said if they can't kill Torino, they can't kill anybody.
What? Okay.
That's just a funny criticism because niggas have been dying way before him.
You know what stupid ass dickhead said that shit, man? Man, motherfuckers dumb as shit.
He got it from Reddit.
Yeah, I bet. No, that makes all the more sense. Them niggas are the stupidest niggas I ever seen that read MHA, or if that's what you want to call reading. What dumbass niggas, man?
Well, he's from Belgium. Yeah, Anaya, I'm from Belgium. Are you also from Belgium? I am not the only one.
Let me go.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta read something.
Okay, I seriously have issue with, like, I take umbrage with people just assuming that Grant, like, I don't even feel comfortable being like 100% Gran Torino is definitely alive now, because this feels like a passing of the mantle scene. So we got to find out. Stop jumping the gun. Stop jumping the gun.
Bro, this nigga, everybody else left the hospital but this nigga.
Patience.
The old ass nigga is the only person in the hospital and gave his cape away. Come on now. The only nigga.
And my thing is that Horikoshi, one of his biggest habits is that he loves dramatic irony. So to me, it feels like he would be aware of how frustrating it is. Like, yeah, he should be dead. And just like he was like, I feel like he was fully aware that most people knew Dabi was Toya. Like, after a while, like, you have to assume that he was writing with that in mind. So he's like, all right, but do you see what I'm about to do with this? Because nobody was like, oh, I bet you when Dabi reveals that he's Toya, is going to be on top of, like, he's going to be standing on top of motherfucking Giganto Machia, and everybody's going to, like, nobody predicted that.
and expose the entire thing. Come on now.
Like nobody predicted that. Not in that specific specificity. Like nah.
Bro, everybody left the hospital but that nigga. Even Deku left the hospital. Like, come on now. That old nigga dead. We not gonna keep having this conversation. Anyway, N-Dot wanted me to read something.
Okay.
He said, no wonder Thanos named his first son capital D, capital U, capital S, capital T, lowercase a-n, Dustan, and his second son, King Rex of the Circus. That came from N-Dot. And he said Thanos waited on that third son, Roger, to say some nut shit.
Sixer, what if Koichi was incarcerated in one of the upper levels of Tartarus and escaped during the breakout? I'm pro Koichi joining the story.
BG is anti-Koichi, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, BG is very anti the
Yep.
crawler because he's a hating ass nigga.
Yes, he's a hate ass nigga.
What? I'm not a
His
hater.
little name is BG hashtag the little head ass nigga. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You can
hate
how
BG said
Koichi.
Koichi ain't got no drip, ain't got no
He
holes.
don't have no drip, but that's not what I meant. That's not what I said.
He said BG said he'll fold that nigga Koichi on the street. Yeah, call him, bro.
I
I,
get-
promise. He said that in VC one day.
Like I said, I don't care for that character at all. No, niggas not interested in me at all. So I don't care to see him in this.
So man, he gonna pull with the raw drip. That shit funny.
Like I said, leave that nigga in the past, please. Been what, 8 years?
Like
No. Hey, but for real,
Koichi is not slide and go because Koichi is so clear of slide and go.
Well, yeah, no, we have similar power, but that's all I can go.
Koichi is who slide and go wishes he was.
oh my god,
Well, no, because Koichi to me is lame. Slide and go makes me angry.
that shit so funny. How Skeptic barred that nigga up. That shit had me hollering, boy. Niggas talking about Hawks don't go nowhere when I lost, okay? You better, I'm your superior. You better tell me where you're going, okay? That nigga Skeptic, bro, who the fuck you talking to, you fraud? It's like, you at the bottom of the food chain. This nigga at the top. You can't do shit. The Skeptic is going off on his ass. I started laughing. That nigga like, where all the heroes at? And then fucking Death Arms pull up. And then nigga started talking shit. That nigga was shook. I really, just to piss off the fandom, I wanted Death Arms to be folded by slide and go so bad, just so I could start laughing, bro.
No, like slide and go. Somebody made like a question on Twitter before. There was like, is there a character that just makes you angry? You don't know why? I just do. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely slide and go.
Like,
I have no idea why he pisses me off, but his just existence makes me mad.
That's
okay, it's
funny.
because slide and go got a thumb for a head. He talked like he a big shot. He was talking like he talks way bigger than he is. He got a dumb head. He a goofy ass nigga. He wasn't gonna be nothing ever, even if the Liberation Army did win. So he ain't even know about his, like he didn't even like have a like sense of self-awareness. There's plenty of reasons to not like slide and go.
But that's the thing. Before he was even, I think it was before he was revealed to be an ain't shit ass nigga. I still didn't like it.
Cause he gave them Bakugo and Shoto a hug randomly as hell. That was weird. Nigga was on weirdo shit from the jump.
Nigga
was just trying to cover for the fucking.
Damn, we can make a song of it. We can make a literally a song for him, like to make. I can't see the My Hero Academia world. People have a song or an ad with him on it, slide and go, like he's working for cornflakes, stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
slide and go.
But I'm happy you mentioned song because you reminded me of something on Ponzu. Well, so now with this pace, are we on the belief that the joint training is going to end at a point where it would make sense to get a new opening?
Yes.
Yeah. Because this pace is hella slow, which is not a bad thing in my opinion, but
They've been enhancing and like doing more stuff with the direction. So for me, it's like this is positive. Like take it a little slower.
Well, I'm not
Because-
complaining about it. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's more like a lot of us expected it to be like, okay, we do 2 episodes to get to the fucking shit, and the 3rd episode is when the fighting starts, which that happened. But however, we expected to get to the aftermath of the fucking of the first fight, and during this episode, they didn't do that.
See, but this is more in line with what I wanted for pacing for joint training. So I'm fine with that because I want joint training to take those like first 12 episodes.
Yeah.
I want it to be so that MVA, and then if they do decide to incorporate Endeavor Agency arc, whether it's the entirety of it, half of it, whatever, then I want it to be like the last 3 or 4 episodes so that the main focus is My Villain Academia. The reason for that being, as my buddy said when he sat down on the couch and we were watching My Hero, he was like, oh man, this opening's the last time they get to be happy. And like, if you think about it, they included that super happy midnight shot for a reason. They setting people up. That's some of the most evil shit I've ever seen in an OP. Knowing what comes next. Like,
I was thinking about it too, and it's funny how anime over, like if you're reading a manga or something, the anime ending or the opening will always like parallel directly to what's going on in the manga, and that shit, the manga niggas be down bad, but the opening be happy and jolly, niggas smiling, all cute and shit. When I was looking like, because when JJK is airing, I'm thinking like, all right, post Shibuya shit, everything is in the fucking water, niggas down bad. Meanwhile, in the ending, fuck around the fucking beach and shit. Oh, it's a daikon. I keep taking my eyes and shit. And then motherfuckers, I'm like, bro, I know y'all read the manga. I know y'all know these niggas in the mud. I don't know why y'all be this fucking trifling, fucking dog ass mapper, bro. That was like y'all niggas some hoes at this point, cause
that's why I love living with an anime only. Cause she's sitting there like, oh, this is great. I love this. I'm sitting there like, oh, this is the last time you're going to be happy.
No, you something. I know you were over here screaming when you saw Junpei in that opening, then weren't you?
Dog, that shit was too funny. Because like people were posting on Twitter, like, okay, because like especially with like the Junpei thing though, because they were adding like in technically like updating the OP as the season progressed. Yes. So like Junpei showed up and like anime onlys were like, oh my goodness, who's this cute boy? Oh, I can't wait till he's here. And then all of a sudden it was like, what? And they were like,
oh.
No,
motherfucker, that was me.
At home, I'm trying to get the hurts of my family step by step. I think that everybody has watched My Hero Academia right now, and my father inclusive. So they're waiting for the next arc for season 4, and I'm thinking that they want to watch it together, but like binging while watching like the first arc together. I'm just thinking to myself, alone there, reading the manga. They're gonna suffer. My sister loves Todoroki.
Oh,
damn, RIP, dog.
She like him as a character, and I'm just thinking to myself, he's gonna get burned.
Chrissy.
Man. Okay.
Hey, to answer, you must hold on.
Justice Seal coming soon. Pain.
Annika, I think you were about to say the same thing I was, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna address the question about the joint training. So I'm gonna say that it's gonna be episode like 13-ish, might be the one that we get where Bakugo and Shoto fight the Cider House gang, and then it's like boom, now we are in MVA. Like, period. This is what's going on. Y'all need to be ready. We could even have the final scene be like I think we gotta, and then that's it. If that's the case, we get the My Villain Academia opening, because like that's what I was saying is that opening for joint training made me really optimistic about a My Villain Academia opening.
Why is that?
Because it was so positive and happy. It felt like a setup to me.
I mean, on one hand, I agree.
Like it felt like a setup. Like I was like, what? Y'all weird for this.
Hello.
Say it.
Hey.
See, look at y'all. Y'all
Just
being
read the
rewarded.
chapter.
Oh,
real quick,
well, what did you
Sixer.
think of it?
I think the last episode this season might be adapting the Christmas party stuff, and the post-credit scene is Shigaraki and Ujiko talking about getting one for all. Anime onlys would be shook. See, that's another one.
I think the best part is to get when that nigga getting his body torn apart. Because if you end up with like Shigaraki doing his testing and laughing maniacally with his body getting split apart. Woo.
I see you were talking about the openings. I just have to say, I'm as disappointed with this opening as I am with the last one.
Wow.
You didn't
That-
like? You
could-
didn't like
not
Starlight?
the only
The
one.
thing is,
Bro,
I
don't
like
like
the
the opening
opening.
alone.
It's just too little endeavor.
Of course.
I thought she had a real reason.
I mean, for Sayas, that is a real reason.
No, I mean, you want your MBA opening. I wanted my Pro Hero arc opening and my Endeavor Agency arc opening. And if we get an MBA opening, we're probably not gonna get an Endeavor Agency arc opening. So kind of
Rightfully so.
on the fence about it.
Rightfully so. Damn.
He gonna take the back burner in this one, bro. He can get shine anywhere. Nigga had the Pro Hero arc. He get the EA arc, and he can probably
the
get
thing
some
is,
flex.
I find it funny because I think objectively he featured more during the Coming Award opening than during any of these openings where he actually now plays a role.
Bones doing that nigga dirty.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wait.
I didn't know Volk was had his handle. He's doing a review right now.
Yeah, he started doing it.
Oh, neat.
Nah, man, this opening, the visual boo boo. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear no excuses. It was no reason one beat should have been shafted that bad. I don't want to hear nothing about no spoilers. None of that. We seen more than half of these niggas already. You could at least dedicate some time to fucking Monoma, Kendo people's quirks. We already know. At the very least, she could have did that. We know their quirks already. So people's like, well, they can't show because it's spoilers. Bro, they already showed in other trailers. They were showing off one overhaul.
The thing is,
all these
I really hate this idea that showing a character design is a spoiler. It's
yeah. If that's the case, Shinso shouldn't even been in here.
Also, well, to be fair, Shinso's character design is just his outfit we already seen him in. So
yeah, but we know what Class 1B looks. We saw
no,
them
we don't know any
very
of their
briefly
costumes.
during.
We don't know any of their costumes though.
Yeah, their costume, but the costume, it's not really a spoiler to know a costume. It's like it's a character design. A spoiler is for me something to do with the plot, and I really don't like the idea that to spoil. I mean, for example, we met all of the characters in the very, very first opening of 1A, even though at this point we didn't know any of them. Knowing a character design is not a spoiler.
Real quick. Wait. Real quick. I want to hit up the super chat. Do you all think the war arc is going to be split in 2 seasons? I can see how the season ends, but I think that the war arc is going to all be season 6, and it is going to finish either potentially finish with the last act begins, or with Deku finding out that he's likely to be the last one for all user. I feel like one of those two is.
Really I think it'll be the last act begins.
But that's the best place to place it.
Also, East, look in the Zoom chat. I want you to watch that.
It's hilarious.
Fucking boomer! I can only imagine what he posted. That nigga's stupid, dog.
What are y'all laughing about? Send the joke to the chat so they can see it too.
Fucking boomer.
I hate that nigga, man. I hate that nigga. Oh my god. I hate that nigga so much, bro. I hate this nigga so much. Why they do Deku like that, bro?
I really like this team up. I have to say, I didn't want Deku to be alone because I thought that would get boring very quickly. But I thought it would only be All Might. I didn't think it would be all 3 of the big 3 and All Might, but I love it.
Well, really, it's the big 2. A big 2, a millennial, and a boomer.
So the way I look at it is that it kind of makes sense because when Endeavor chose to lie and cover for Deku, now that I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, when he was like, I don't know what One for All is, when very clearly One for All was the quirk that Deku was leading Shigaraki away with. So it's like we know Endeavor's smart enough to have already figured out, like, he started popping tendrils, flew through the air, and like, all right. So from there, it's
Yeah,
like,
I think
okay.
at that point it was just assuming that he protected Deku, that he knows, but just protects him. But it's not a team up.
Yeah, but then like, so it's like, okay, this is like just a logical step further. Like, why would I just lie for the kid when I could also protect him?
Yeah,
I think just very quickly about what I like with the chapter and what I don't like. As I said, I really like the team up. I think it makes perfect sense, and it's also it kind of washes down the whole vigilante Deku thing because he's not a vigilante. He's a hero with a license.
I mean,
Even if he has a provisional license.
I mean, technically, he is a vigilante. Still,
no, he has a provisional license. He has a license, so he's not a vigilante.
I'm saying because he left the school. He left the school. He's no longer a student at the school, so the license is not valid.
Yeah.
So it's like, so technically, he is a vigilante. Still, it's just not in the way that people thought. Because people thought he was trying to. He was worried. He's like, oh yeah, fuck this shit. I'm not working with these niggas no more. I'm on my own thing. Now he's actually working with pros.
Yeah, he's still training. He's not just training with the vestiges, which I also like because he still needs All Might around. What I didn't like so much was that in the flashback, I felt that a few of the issues we've been waiting for being addressed were kind of brushed aside rather easily, which it's not really that important to me because most of these issues weren't things which I was very passionate about. And I told this before that I didn't really think that Gran Torino would die, and other things. But for example, the conversation with Inko, his injuries, and Inko maybe or not being angry at All Might or wanting him to stop it or wanting him to not go to UA. I think ultimately most of it makes sense from Inko's perspective, but I think it was very easy when we all thought it would be like this big blow up.
So I look at that as more just straight up. This is way bigger than Inko, and she's already like swallowed that. Like, damn, this is way bigger than me. So even if I don't want X, Y, and Z, I kind of have to accept the fact that this is the situation.
I absolutely agree. I think that for Inko, where she is now, it makes perfect sense to make the decision because ultimately Deku has that quirk and the villains will go after him. So the question is now, when they go after him, will he be at UA? Will he be somewhere alone at home, or will he be out there with other pro heroes? And I think she knows that it's best that if he has help and if he learns how to defend himself, if the villains are going after him anyway. I understand it. I just felt that in this chapter, these three things that a lot of people were theorizing about, which would be big, which would be maybe tragic, with Gran Torino maybe tragically dying, maybe losing the usage of his arms, maybe a fallout between Inko and Izuku, were all kind of brushed aside very easily. That's how I felt. Just that it was so quick suddenly.
Oh, you mean because like, so, okay, one thing that I will say that I think does hurt Hori sometimes is that he writes very much in the sense that it's like, all right, you get it. So
yeah,
bye. Like if he's like, you got enough information to understand this, right? Cool. I don't have to keep talking about it. And then he goes about his day. And that sometimes like backfires, like even like basing certain things like when he mentioned nitinol alloy, for example, a lot of people probably wouldn't know that that's a real metal. So it would have been cool if he would have like at least like included like a bit more context about that so that we had like real tie-in so that people would have known about it. But like he just kind of assumes that you know all the same science and history stuff that he does, plus like you understand the rules of his story as well as he does. And I mean, we're not the writers, so we don't. So sometimes I do think it leads to him giving people less information than they would like. And I think that's fair to want more or like want expounding on some of the stuff. It just, in this case, doesn't bother me because I'm like, yeah, I got it. You're right. I got it, Hori. So you're right.
Yeah. I just felt that it was like, especially considering that a lot of these issues were things that the fans were really waiting for and were talking about for very long. If you're a fan active in the community, I think that would be something where you'd be disappointed. I understand why he did it, and I think it's for him. He's like now at the more or less he has just gotten and finished this like biggest arc ever for him so far, and he's going into another big arc with all these important characters and stuff is happening. So he really doesn't have any time to focus much on won't he lose his arm if the answer is no. But it's disappointing if you theorize about it for like months, and it's always kind of teased a little bit that something will happen, and then it's just no.
Yeah, like, and I don't know. For me, it's like especially lately, I've like had to be like, okay, like there's some stuff that like you can be wrong about, but I think that, and I think that some people do get like really like attached to certain things panning out a certain way, whereas I kind of have a thing where, for me, it's like I was like, oh man, is Deku gonna have his full arms the way people are like apparently acting, and then I was like, oh, he is objectively injured. And there were like that blood spurting out thing is like a consistent detail from before. So I'm like, that was in there and I did notice it when reading it. So it's like, I'm kind of like, oh, stuff that I thought was a little funny actually have a purpose. So it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be. But then like we talked about earlier, it's kind of like Deku also does need some reward for getting stronger. And if his body is objectively stronger, the blowback should be less.
What was
like the closer he gets to 100%, the less it should hurt him when he uses it. That just makes sense. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, this thing that we'd never really thought about or talked about as a community should have played more. And like we kind of like, and I feel like there's hints to it, like in the discussions, right? When we talk about how when 20% is revealed, it's like, yeah, this hurts my body, but I can use it. And then he's like, okay, I have to go up to a burst. So we understand that like his body's tolerance for the quirk itself goes up. So once he's like maximized at 45%, then it's like, oh, well then that's like the damage he's taking, instead of like, let's just say instead of taking like 95%, like if he was taking 95% blowback from his blows, I'm only taking 55% of the attack. And his body's more durable. So he's taking a lower percentage of the force as recoil and has a more durable body. So I don't know. I guess to me, it's like, oh damn, we should have thought more about this.
So we talking about the arm thing and people having issues with that too.
Well, in general, I think it's weird because I do think sometimes we get clues for stuff, and I kind of consider it like a literary sleight of hand trick where we get enough information to accurately and fully understand a bunch of other stuff, and then there's still room for Horikoshi to surprise us.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I think it's a neat trick. Sorry.
That's the thing too. A lot of people gotta have to get used to this one. The arm thing. I'm not referring to this, but as far as like reveals and stuff goes, people need to start getting used to the new way of like things happening, because it doesn't always need to be like, okay, let me hold your hand for this chapter, then this chapter. Okay, now you're here. It's like a lot of things are already set up in place of the story over the course of these 309 chapters, so that we can just jump into moving stuff. Because I could tell a lot ever since like 306, I could tell people are gonna start getting antsy because they want more things to happen, like step by step by step by step by step by step. But that's not how Horikoshi is planning on writing for anybody anymore, because he gave you all the context. He has different plans than what everybody else is seeing.
Yeah, I think what it does is, and it's something he's doing maybe purposefully, and that is that he's kind of holding up the stakes. Like it's kind of reminding us again and again that maybe potentially he could lose his usage of his arms, but he also makes it clear in hindsight that this was never the case, that it wouldn't happen. But it's something where we read it and we kind of fear that it could maybe potentially happen, because he keeps reminding us of earlier injuries. But also something where he, prior to this, has planted enough hints here and there that it doesn't actually happen. So it's something I think he does on purpose, where he keeps the stakes up, even if ultimately he doesn't go through with it.
Well, and I think part of that is also reflective of what it would be like to be in these conditions, right? Like,
yeah,
even if you are a hero and you keep whooping ass, every day there's a chance you can die. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, which that's what I like say about the war arc too, is that I think it comes away with the most realistic finish to a war arc in a while. In that one, we get like it doesn't end in one day, which usually a lot of wars do. Like, let's be real, Marineford could have taken place over like 2 weeks and it would have made sense. But like it doesn't end in just one day. But then also in a war, unless you 100% like just carpet bomb, blind fire enemies, like sweep the enemy without them having any prior knowledge, you both will likely take substantial losses, whether it's economic or manpower or structures. And I think especially for a lot of American fans, this doesn't track as well because, like in Attack on Titan, for example, when he was like, McGaff was like, we need to conscript Marleyans into the army so that they can understand what it's like. Because even though we're killing Eldians, like the fact that we spend all this time going out to war is still terrible and it's horrible and it's getting people killed. And we need to make people at home realize war is terrible so that they stop just blindly supporting it. And you kind of have the same thing where it's like everybody has to like sit here, think about these things. And like with the war, like everybody has to actually take some damage, lose something. You don't just get to war, I get to ruffle stomp and win. It's technically not the war arc, but this is, for all intents and purposes, a continuation of the same one.
That's why the point being that it's the last sock. When Dame said that the PLF war was just a setup, essentially that arc was a setup because like I told Anki and I told y'all, war doesn't end in a day. The villains did not. Well, they lost a few. Like both sides lost in the first battle of the war. The villains did not lose. They both lost. Really, if anything came to a stalemate, but if you want to give a W to somebody, the villains got hired. Like Rex keeps saying the villains lost. No, the losing is Shigaraki dead or Shigaraki in jail. That's when a fight stops. The fight is long from over. They don't like people get in their head because Deku said, "Oh, we're gonna find them," this and the other. Then they pull up on them with the prior knowledge and catch them off guard, and they still failed to do that. All one of them had the higher advantage in every regard now. They got the better numbers, they got the knowledge, they know how to attack and where to strike. Deku don't know nothing, but he's scrapping villains like, do y'all know Wolf won that? Where are they? Where is he? Answer the question. And guess what happens when you can't get the question because nobody knows, but they know where you at. They got the moves, bro. Y'all don't, the heroes don't.
I actually think what Annika just said with a hero can always die at any given moment. It's actually super smart what Horikoshi does with the arms, because ultimately, what Horikoshi I think does more so than a lot of other shonen mangaka with such a primarily young fan base is that he assumes that his readers are smart, and which also means he knows that most of the readers know that Deku won't just die. So a lot of stories kind of depend on us at least acting as if maybe possibly the main character can die, even though we know that it won't happen. With My Hero, we assume that Deku won't die, but the danger of him losing his arms is something that is always there and possible. So it gives us a stakes that are realistic, that can affect Deku, which we can't just brush off because it's the main character and that won't happen to him. So I think it's actually super smart, even if he doesn't go through with it.
And plus, they have two more fights lined up. This next fight, I'm still trying to puzzle how Deku gets away in the next fight, because the next fight is not the final fight. And that's the one where Shigaraki turned that table back. I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck Deku gets away.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I have no idea how long the story will still go, because this could go forever as it is now. There are so many villains out there, and there's so much that still has to happen, kind of. But it could also just end in the next two fights and then be over in another 50 chapters.
50 chapters.
What could be over in the next 50 chapters?
The thing, but what I mean is that for me, it's difficult to gauge how long the story still has to go, because it could be like this is the last arc. I could see this, but I don't really think it, because where is Bakugo? Where is Shoto? Still has to happen a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I don't think we're going to end within the 50 chapters for this year, because that would mean we'd be ending like the beginning of next year. I don't see that happening.
We got a long.
The reason why I think it might, but why I say that I don't know, is because while I can't see the story go on for another 200 chapters, the pace at which Horikoshi is currently going is like breakneck. It's.
Is it? I mean, I wouldn't say that because it's sped up, but I wouldn't say it's breakneck because we spent 3 or 4 chapters with this motherfucker, and we're just now learning what happened to him.
Yeah, I think these 2 chapters are maybe a bit of a reprieve, but considering that, like, the chapter before, the entire story kind of took a massive shift, and now it kind of took another shift. There's a big pace. He's not lingering around on any slice of life school chapters anymore. He's actually going to the nitty gritty now.
We're in like some real shit. So we're not gonna be like just toying around anymore. However, I do think that I still don't think we're going that fast, considering, like I said, we're 4 chapters in to this like new shit, and we don't know what the fuck is going on with like majority of the cast.
Yeah, like
So it's like if he had just dropped like, okay, so this person's like, I hate to bring this up, but if it had done like JJK did, JJK after whatchamacallit, they pretty much just dropped everything in one chapter.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. There's no way this ends in 50 chapters because these niggas will have to beat like the next 5. Shigaraki and Deku have to meet next 10 chapters, and then Shigaraki got to take out All For and All Might, and then become the king, and then Deku and them have to take it back because Shigaraki rises to the top. I'm not debating that. That's not a discussion. I'm not like that's happening. People.
Well, it's not just that.
Like, there's so much to do. There's no way this ends in 50 chapters. And plus, you have Dever and Dabi, and then Shoto and Dabi, and other things we can't even think of that's in the paint. And there's just too much to do. 50.
Oh, it's not just that.
No, I just threw out 50 chapters as like a kind of a number to say it could end not that far away.
I disagree with that for another notion too, though. It's because of the fact that, okay, let's put it like this. Final arcs are typically the longer or the longest arc in the series.
Yeah.
For that to be the case, this wouldn't even be a part of it. The stuff we're doing right now, this wouldn't be a part of it. It would have to be all focused on building up to this fight, like or not even building up to it. It would have to be like the whole fight has to be at 60 plus chapters, and that's not going to happen. Not right now. Like I can definitely because for that to happen, we'd have to jump into that within the next 5 chapters, and that doesn't make any sense. If he did that, this shit's ass. The whole series is ass. Because that'd be bullshit. That'd be some bullshit.
We good.
I don't even know where my niggas are at. I'm mad. So like if that happens, so it's like I think we're in a good scenario because now we're focusing on, for one, niggas are getting that Deku focus they wanted finally. But I mean, I hope they enjoyed it while they had it because I'm about to shift back. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I felt, and plus we getting a color page this week coming up.
Oh really?
Yeah, we're getting a color page. So when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, hold on now."
Yo, man, he's back.
Yeah, what's up, Hunter? I was like, "Hey, hold on now. We getting a color page? Shit, we really got. He really not playing now."
I wish we had a cover page, but you know. Yeah,
Hey,
you know.
I'll take my color pages.
I mean, what is it? Because like right now, I want to know what we're going to be doing. Like, I want to know where the class is at, what they're going to do about this, what's their reaction to this.
To give people a little bit more hope, because for some reason they still think, MHA, not talking about Sayas in particular, but people do think that, like, I know you just do a number of Sayas, but a lot of people think like it's less than like 100. But to state this, like, Bleach is the last arc of Bleach, the 1,000-year blood war started at 480.
Gas pack.
Started at 480
until that last 5 chapters.
Yeah, the gas pack started at 480, and then the series didn't end to 686.
Oh, you mean the Mayuri show?
It became the Mayuri show. It became the Mayuri show in the last 50 chapters.
Whatever you may call it, the gas pack, Mayuri show.
Gas pack.
Get your guys to the bum. Yes. Whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Yamamoto a fraud. Whatever you want to call it. That
there we go.
480 from 480 to 686. So like, even this is the final act. Like, look, I don't think I said this on stream. Think like Aniki said, and we keep talking about how realistic actual war is. The final act is the start of the war. Like, this entire war stretches back forth here and there. How they do this, how they do that. Like, it's the actual war start. Like when they said the war, the war has started. We're like, then there's no more tiptoeing around back here. What are we doing? Who? No, this is like full front. We're clashing in the streets, nigga. Like, there's no more sneaking around behind the backs and tiptoeing this and the other. No, it's like the heads are clashing. Each battle is like when Shigaraki rises, like it's gonna be some real shit. Like, he clearing house. Like, he not gonna just be leaving people alive. Threats that could come back as obstacles alive. He learned his lesson a long time ago. So I suggest y'all, start opening your eyes just a little bit more, I mean, I'm not gonna be in the mud. After my goat died, I already knew it was all hands on deck. Y'all might be fooled by Torino, but I advise you to wake up real fast because we for this switch and y'all gonna get taken off guard when Shigaraki start waking up mud stomping people.
Hold up, Jake. So actually, 1,000-Year Blood War, feeling like the best, like the beginning was the best part. That was a raw introduction. Like the way the Quincy pulled up,
yes,
like unmatched. I've never seen a war start off that good before.
Oh, I said it before. Those first 80 chapters were really fucking good.
Them niggas pulled up for the smoke. Hey, bro, I ain't never seen nigga pull that clean up. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Bro, hey, you good?
Oh, and Yamamoto was not a fraud. He just wasn't prepared.
You're right. Zero Squad was the frauds. You're right.
Zero Squad.
There you go.
Hold up. Ichibe was not a fraud.
I mean, retroactively, he is a fraud. Retroactively, of course.
His squad was a fraud.
Like,
I'm saying he's a fraud because if he had some of this power packed up, why didn't he use it before?
Like Ichibe put himself. Nah.
No, they hold him. They hold the fuck out of him. They hold the fuck out of that nigga.
No, Corey and Jay not in that.
He's the only one that actually deserved to be in Zero Squad.
Like the issue is that like Bleach is like another one of the like the way that those people kind of scaled. It's like it didn't matter because they spent 1,000 years prepping. Like, and like that's what sucks is that like we should have gotten like the Zero Squad versus like some Vasto Lorde or something like that, just so we could have at least seen them like handle some top tier threats because they got stuck fighting. Like
we should have had some Vasto Lorde. Period.
That wasn't the reason that they beat them. The reason that they beat them is that he fucking sacrificed majority of the fucking Sternritters and put all their power into 4 niggas.
Yeah, which is why I don't see why they like consider them frauds when like.
No, it's because the reason they're considered frauds is because put it like this. Okay, so the Zero Squad. Oh, y'all couldn't handle these bitch ass niggas. Y'all suck. Then they get folded, and these same niggas who they said ain't shit beat them niggas.
Because they stole the power from like the Vondry got fucked in that last part.
That's what I'm saying. They look like frauds when you say shit like this.
But like,
it was the guy with like we had the power of
Thank you, Nafisa. Thank you. Dog said
I forgot his name. The guy with his power was a chemical concept about doses.
I said it before. Ichibe is the only one that deserved to be in fucking Zero Squad.
Yes.
Okay. If you said his name, you don't know what was gonna happen. Like dude's throat got crushed. Nigga said his name and like healed him. Like, bro.
Oh man,
yeah, I told you. Ichibe was a goat.
Yeah,
he got hoed. With the rest of them, they got one shotted. Fuck them niggas.
Even the black one though, the Smith, the black one, he was black.
No, fuck him. He talked the most shit.
Yeah, he was talking bullshit, but he can also. Oh man, he lost against who again? I forgot the name.
Shoraku, my boy, my favorite captain.
Man, listen, this is
the one who had the Bankai.
He's awesome.
His Bankai was a play. Like this nigga said, we doing a theater now. Let's go. Like
no, don't remind me of the captain. You reminded me about how
I mean, that was a bit disappointing. I thought that
I loved it.
I mean, you reminded me of
I loved the Bankai, but it failed ultimately.
No, I'm saying you reminded me of fucking how like Rose and Kensei got fucked up. Which fuck Rose, he sucks.
Oh yeah, I hated that. I love Kensei.
Okay, no, I felt like Kensei got robbed, but I love what they did with Rose because that nigga did the classic anime. Yeah, my illusions are controlled by sound, and that nigga was like, "Oh, word."
No, I said, no. That's what I said.
Hold on.
Listen. No, that's what I said. That's why I said fuck Rose. It's not about Rose, not Kensei. They hate about nigga like this.
Listen. There's a time and a place when a nigga do something that's just so raw and so practical, but it's so fucking illogical. But the practicality of it, it's just so raw. You know that nigga built different. Said,
even in Saint Seiya, you got a scene like this. One of the enemies was like the knight of Medusa, so he could like make people his stone. The Chinese nigga, what did he do? Literally took his eyes out. Literally, he put his own fingers, his own eyes, just to fight this guy. Man,
Dog,
no, this kind of people is too raw, bro. Damn.
and like Baz B was cold. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he
That's
also
I
got
did like
hold.
Baz
I
B.
He also got
like
hold.
Baz B.
And I loved Hushball too, bro. Like, come on.
I don't like Hoshball because of the way what they did with him.
Because he got fucked over at the end by y'all.
Not just that. I'm talking about that stupid ass fight he had with Uryu, which is like, oh, my
Yeah.
power is to send
Yeah.
my send your damage back to you. What a coincidence! Fridays too. The fuck?
Okay.
That was so ass. Oh my
Hold up.
god.
Hold on. I'm talking about because when we talking about Kenpachi, I just want to say that I really fucking I kind of wish I'd had a channel back then, just because I used to say all the time that Yachiru was his fucking sword spirit, and people didn't believe me. And then
That shit blew my mind when
I'm like,
I was
come
like,
on.
wait,
Dude.
what?
Like, she's always there. She refers to him as Kenny because like that's the only way like she can actually be heard by him. You notice she vanishes like randomly for the fights. The thing that made her even more raw is that a Zanpakuto had a Zanpakuto. Like, come on, bro. How cold do you gotta be that your sword can manifest? Be like, damn, this nigga can't hear me. So your sword just go get a sword. Like, fuck it. I'm a handle business while this nigga can't talk to me. Like, come on.
Stop, bro.
Don't
Stop.
remind me of that because that was also stupid as fuck.
No,
Not her. I'm talking about that fight. That fight sucked.
Which one?
The imagination nigga.
Oh yeah.
With Thor.
What a
with
waste
Thor.
of power.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. That nigga's a reality warp. He's the worst reality warp I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, bro.
So-
Nigga said, "I'll turn your
Best you can think
nigga
of
said-
is turn your
nigga
bones into
said-
cookies.
ass." And then what made it worse is I imagine them dead. See, they're dead. Oh, but I die, so they're alive now. What? What the fuck? That's so ass.
Oh, man.
It sucks. Oh my god. That shit's so ass.
Man.
No, because like she's what it is like, dude. I like yeah. It was kind of like Stark. That's why like thinking back, that kind of justifies it even further. Because I was like, oh yeah, like it just like because like she was the one who would like sense power for him and stuff too. So I was like, it felt like.
Did she have a Zanpakuto?
She does, which I don't know how the fuck that works, but yes, she does.
So yeah. I just assume it's because Kenpachi was built different.
What? It wasn't even his Zanpakuto. How does that matter? Why does that matter? It's not even his Zanpakuto. He found it.
Like, I'm just saying, like that was like the ultimate. Because you gotta think, like Kenpachi, when we saw him fight Ichigo in the beginning, was weaker than he was when he was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Because of a mental block. Like, nah, bro. That shit. All right. Let me get back on my hero. Just had to. But Bleach also does have one of my favorite war quotes, which was that like, and it was from the beginning of the war where somebody was like, well then, like somebody asked one of the Quincy's or the soldiers like, well, who's right? And he's like, well, that's the thing about war. And both sides are correct. Because it just comes down to who wins at the end of the day. Okay, also remember that the whole reason Byakuya didn't die is because Kubo got a bunch of death threats.
Yeah.
Like that's what drove him off of Twitter.
I remember that.
Man.
So,
But I'm not that mad at it, to be honest.
Even the guy of the big tree,
Not like
guys,
I need
need
Byakuya to die.
to
I'm just-
really to stop
Oh
that.
god. I'm just mad at it that at the end of the day, Renji is still not a captain. That's frustrated the heck out of me. It's like Rukia is a captain now, but Renji doesn't get to be a captain.
because
Well, I mean, Renji ain't built like that.
Victim.
No, because Byakuya survived. That's why Renji didn't get to be a captain. He was
Nah,
absolutely planned to be a captain.
He ain't built like that. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's not a captain material.
Renji
you know?
likes to be a subordinate.
Well, specifically, he
He
I mean-
likes to be dominated.
Yeah.
You said he's a sub?
Renji is more powerful. Canonically, we know this now than Kensei and Rose combined.
Hey,
and they are
Renji
captains.
know the tech, bro. You know what I'm saying? He know
Well,
this
I mean,
about.
to be fair, Renji, Kensei got hold. I wouldn't say strong as Kensei, but Kensei just got hold. That's all it really is.
Renji like to be dominated.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
man.
but
He on
Kensei
that
and
wave.
Rose both lost very, very bad against Mask, and
Oh
Renji
yeah, because
just,
because
incinerated that guy.
oh, that's because they knew the tech though, because he knew to get rid of the fucking whatchamacallit. If they would have known that, that wouldn't have happened. So it's not really about who's stronger. It's about he had external knowledge about how to beat this nigga. Because Kensei killed Superstar. He killed that nigga like twice. But he had that fucking fan who like regenerated him.
Yeah, but the fan still regenerates even when you kill it. And that's
Yeah, but they got rid of him. He got rid of him. That's how they killed Superstar. So I'm like, that's not necessarily a testament to who's stronger. That's just a testament of we actually did what we needed to do to beat the nigga. Because honestly, no matter who you are, if you could have nuked Superstar, but if the fans said, "Hey, Superstar, you're the best," he'll just regenerate. So it wouldn't have made a difference. So there's really no way to gauge who's stronger through that. Because that's the only fight he wins.
I don't like the Renji slender. Renji absolutely disintegrated Mask, and he did much more than the other two. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course, because what is it? They underestimated him too, but there's also that too. And they had a reason to underestimate it. The nigga sucks.
He does.
He does suck. They
He
clapped
does know
him.
how to pop his eardrums.
Exactly. Speed Blitz, thank you. Because you can't even say that Kubo's character designs are all fan service when there is such a range to his character designs.
They're all awesome,
Yeah.
though.
Like,
With few exceptions, like what
you
was
like
the
weird? You like weird niggas? You got
name?
Mayuri.
Ritter L.
You got classic Wild Boys. Like every rival character has drip. Like Renji, fucking Grimjow, fucking Bazby, like dog. Everybody
Yeah.
dripped out. Like it's not fan service. He just likes to have a dripped out cast. Like,
Facts. That's the
Even
thing about
like,
it.
let's be honest, even Mayuri Kurotuchio looks the weirdest shit ever. The one time we see him without makeup, he kind of looks great.
it's just what it is. Like that's Kubo style. Like Oda likes to have niggas built all types of different.
Yeah.
But Kubo is just like, my cast is sexy and you'll deal with it.
Even
It is what it is.
Women, they're all
Yeah.
built different too. They're all built different too. They still have the drip. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have the odd disappointment like Mask or Stan Ritter L or, these kind of characters that run around and just look weird.
Yeah, but like those were like feeding certain people's fetishes. Because you remember, Stern Ritter L, the love. I guarantee you,
I hated him too.
There's some people out there that are like, "Ooh, that's a daddy bear." I guarantee you, there's people out there that's like, "That's daddy." I guarantee.
Because I think everybody I saw hated that nigga. They all hated him.
Bro, I guarantee. Like, I'm gonna show some of my homies that design later because I got some homies that like homies, and we're gonna see what they say.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I think because he's the most disruptive, useless ass nigga in that entire fucking arc. Well, that and those three girls, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, you didn't like the zombie?
Oh, I hated that shit. But I didn't hate it just because of that. I hated it because of Ichigo. Mister, I have a new power. I'm here to save you. Oh wait, I do 2 attacks and a dip.
Hey,
Yeah, whack. No, not 2 attacks. I'm wrong.
Ichigo is the guy,
I'm wrong.
man.
I'm wrong. I mean, I'll throw these girls 3 times, do 1 attack, and then leave. Yeah, no, fuck that. I hated that whole section.
Oh, come on. Mayuri was great.
No, I'm not talking about, I said that section. I'm talking about where Ichigo was involved. Mario doesn't come until after that.
you know when he dropped out of the sky and like whooped the
Yes, because I was waiting. I waited months. I waited months for this guy to come back.
It's like, it's like Cross getting attention.
He came back for two chapters and then that was so ass. I hated that so much. And they turned my nigga into a fucking zombie, but they fixed that, so I'm fine. Yeah,
I don't know. The Fisa. Oh man. All right. now that we've had our talk about a manga that isn't MHA segment, which I feel like all the long-term viewers are here for that ride. They all know that there's gonna come a point in this stream where that happens. So
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for just accepting that as a part of life.
Yep.
Who would ever complain about a bit of bleach?
Yeah.
Talking.
Someone who doesn't want their clothes stained.
Hey,
True.
All right. Let's see. Well, Shez, do you? Okay, we were talking about this, and I don't know if maybe you like covered this when I had to go to the bathroom. But do you think Hawks has wings? Because I don't.
I have no idea. I didn't see it. I don't think so. But I have no idea. The thing is, I'm kind of confused what he would even be doing there if he doesn't have wings. Like he could just as well just support them via phone. I don't know.
I mean, he seems to want to make this right, even with or without his wings.
Yeah, sure. That seems to be it. But it's like what's he doing without wings? That's why I didn't see wings, so I don't think he has them. But I'm also really confused what exactly he's doing then.
Probably has some support shit or something.
The thing about him is that I thought, like I said, is that normally his body is supported. He can support high speed, so he can always help a little bit. But without his wings, his speed seems really. It's like he lost like 90% of his speed, and that man is like almost as speed as a sound. More even speed. What is the top speed of Hawks? Is he more? Is he faster than the speed of sound, or?
I don't know. They don't have any. They don't have any metrics for that, so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. The thing with Hawks' speed is that without his wings, he's still light, so he's still probably a fast runner. But ultimately, it's just fast running, and he doesn't have a running speed. And the thing is,
I'm about to say that
even if he is like faster than average, being lighter and having weaker bones also means you hit him and he's dead.
Like the thing is about Hawks, and this is the reason I don't think he's that fast anymore, because his speed didn't come. He wasn't just like a naturally fast individual. Yeah. It was his wings that made him fast. So without his wings, he's not fast. So even all that would really mean if he was used to high speeds is that it would mean he has like a lot of, I don't know, wind resistance. I don't know.
No, he probably can stand in the wind and that's it.
Yeah, I can't really think of much.
I mean, if the wind is too strong, he might just fly away because he's so light.
Well, the muscles in his back would also have to be strong enough to like deal with the strain. So he'd have to have some physicality to him.
All that means is that he got a strong ass back, like those Baki niggas. That's about it.
Yeah, but he can't really use the muscles in his back for his wings anymore because he has no wings. It's like, yeah, you have great shoulder muscles, but you have no arms. Good luck.
I mean,
exactly.
You still, your punches start from the core and your back, your shoulder.
All it means is that he'll be. All this means is that he'll be taking some good Instagram pictures. That's it. That's it.
Because I will also make note that Horikoshi makes it a point to draw a scar on the bottom of his chin, like on his chin and neck. So it seems like it's deliberate that we're not seeing wings right now. That's why.
Yeah.
I wanted to just point out.
Yeah. So I feel like he's fucked, and I like that. Let's keep it that way. And he's one of my favorite characters. I'm saying this.
I just want him to be, like, I don't know, reasonable and say that if the wings don't come back, maybe stay off the battlefield. Because really, these light bones, they break easy.
I mean, they can't be breaking that easy, motherfucker. He had a fucking boot on his fucking face and with fire.
Hey.
Yeah, because I guess he also has a bit of muscle worked up that supports the bones. But, I mean, when I eat chicken, sometimes I bite a bit too hard and the bone just breaks.
Hey, man, you know what? Can't agree. Go ahead, keep his ass on the battlefield. It's easier for the nigga to die.
Fuck off. I knew you were saying that.
I was waiting for it. Yeah. I was like,
oh, I can't wait till Shigaraki wake up. Oh,
the hate is coming back.
The only death I need from Shigaraki is All Might.
Man, all for one too. You bugging. I need that old much mouth, nut sack fake out my face, man.
I want him dead. Give me that man dead, please. Please.
Talking to Shigaraki right now, so that nigga, that fucking bird bitch can get.
So actually,
wake up! Vospin, I be saying that shit every day from dusk to dawn. I'm Shigaraki, please, bro. We need
No,
to
thank you,
burn
Reese.
in the dirt.
Thank you, Reese. You reminded me of something. So the question then becomes: we're all kind of on the agreement that we're going to switch perspectives, right?
I think eventually we have
Yeah.
to.
We get
So
a
who
color
are we
page
going
next
to
week,
next?
so I'm betting money. We're getting a color page next week, so I'm betting money. We switching up.
As I say,
Whoa, you bet money? What?
as I say, who we're switching to?
So,
Actually interesting because there are quite a few groups that we now.
The only thing I'll say is that while I don't want to say we get the villains just yet, because I feel like Horikoshi will lay everything bare out as far as where the heroes go. Because when we switch to the villains, it's going to be Shigaraki's time.
I actually have honestly, there's something. This might be a reach. I don't think you know how Hori usually likes to line up shit in the anime with the manga.
mhm.
I don't think we're going to get the villains until MVA starts.
Agree with that. I
can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
The thing is, as soon as we get the villains, we'd answer a lot of questions that Horikoshi could also just want us to wonder about for a long time.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing. I feel like Horikoshi is one of the few mangaka that's not allowed to have mystery.
Ooh, Aniki calling it out. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
We don't have mystery though. What do you
There
mean?
it is.
No, like I mean, because like anytime like he tries to leave something.
You mean he's not allowed by the fans to have mystery?
Yeah.
Call it out, please. Thank you.
It's really
Oh,
odd
you're
because
right.
he loves to do this background writing. So it's really odd why the fans would be like, no, you gotta show us exactly what these characters are doing.
Like he's not allowed to leave anything in the background and maybe save it for later. It's always like, no, you give me every fucking detail. No.
What I tell you, bro, about spoon feeding, bro. I told you. Thank you, Aniki.
Well, what's
Yeah.
messed up is that even when Horikoshi and then like in his series and like spinoff spoon feed people, they don't eat it because okay.
Yeah.
When we're talking about like sociological like stuff, and people will be like, "Oh, like y'all be reaching it, like it's not." In Vigilantes, there is literally a character introduced who is a quirk sociologist. Like that is how important sociology is supposed to be. That like Horikoshi was like, "No, I need to even make sure there's a character like that exists in one of these spinoffs, so that y'all know that like quirk sociology and like the way it's impacting society is something that's actually being studied, and people are really so there's at least one person out there who's starting to put in these efforts, who also went out of her way to try to help one of the underserved communities get help and force like a famous American celebrity to help out like the ghetto, basically." Like,
hey man,
we try to like he tries to give you all these extra details in the spinoff because he can't focus on the neighborhood block while he's doing the stuff with the kids in school, and now y'all niggas don't want to pay attention. Even like the spoon is in your mouth, open wide. Here comes the plane, nigga.
I'm actually gonna be real with you. The thing about me, and one of the reasons I'm not too big on that series, is because it's too spoon fed. The shit's like, because a lot of the shit I like about MHA is a lot of its commentary is very subtle. It's very like you have to once you realize it, you'll enjoy the series even more.
Yep.
But in Vigilantes, that shit is so fucking in my fucking face. It's obvious what the fuck they're doing. I don't like it. I'm not really a big fan of that.
We got one of the best super chats ever. Hold on, best super chat ever. I'm gonna have to go ahead and read this myself. Thank you, $5 from Mel. I see bitch ass Hawks. I mean Hawk versus Toga with bitch ass Hawk. I mean Hawks dying. That's how I would personally see his death. And I find it satisfying, in my opinion. Don't worry, Mel. We agree with you completely. Hawks. We agree. We in the church energy.
But this Eddie
That's all
if Hawks dies, if
Okay,
that
guys,
happens, I don't know if I want that even, but if he does, it should be Toga.
I would like to add something really quickly. This is not really part of the discussion. Sensei Inc. is organizing like a conversation, I will say a stream where different people will represent different manga of Shonen Jump to talk which manga is the best.
Yeah.
Of the and I put up Aniki on it. I will put
I did too.
The link in the chat. Please, people, go there, like, share, so that Aniki goes there on the screen representing the church of MHA.
Drop an inscription and tag everybody.
So real quick, I just want to clarify something though. Sensei has already DM'd me about being the MHA representative.
Okay.
Let's go!
Oh, we don't even need to do anything anymore. Fine.
Hey
Good.
man,
It's just a matter of what day it is, and if I can like get off work or not, or if I will even need to take off work to do it. That's
Hey,
it.
man.
So yeah,
Listen,
Hopefully it's at a time where I can listen to it.
for real.
I did my job. I just did my job.
Thank you, Panzu. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna have to talk about some stuff in the chat real quick. JJ, shout out to you because you're funny as hell, and I know why you picking that One Piece of all things. Waiting 100 chapters for 1,000 chapters for Vegapunk, but can't wait 300 chapters for a trader. I mean, you're not wrong. You didn't have to go there. You're not wrong. You didn't have to say that.
Like I said, Vegapunk.
Oh man! And then Dan Vasquez said, "Do you think when we have the Shiggy killing his dad in the anime, it would correlate with him killing All Might in the manga?" Now listen, that's completely 100% possible now that you just talked about it, and I swear to God, if that parallel lines up,
Like,
thought you see me go feral before? Nigga, you ain't seen shit yet, brother. Well, I'm going on niggas' head. Like, look, I can't even get my words out, boy. Listen, man.
East, you gotta calm down, man.
Oh man, listen, man, listen. Whew. I mean, because it's already over. Once Shigaraki wake up and start his campaign, you already know who I'm calling out directly. I got screenshots, niggas, because they want to start deleting tweets. Well, okay, lost. Okay, we gonna get real petty in this motherfucker. Ain't no fucking. I got receipts now. Ain't no backtracking. Ain't no running away. Ain't
Hey,
no,
what are you
well,
talking
I
about?
originally said
I'm kind
You
of
missed-
snoozing.
You missed everything. You missed everything. Don't worry about it.
You can't leave. You can't leave. You ain't worry about
No,
it.
I've been sitting here and listening. I have no
No,
idea.
no, no, no.
No.
This is days in the making. Days
Alright,
in the
alright.
making.
This is a war. Don't worry.
East plotting. That's all.
People are raging right now on Twitter
Oh man.
about Hisashi Midoriya. Where is he? Where is the?
I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did
Bomb.
since they did confirm that there's a travel ban. Since Hisashi works abroad, it's technically fine. This nigga should at least be FaceTiming Deku.
Yes.
I mean,
Like, bro.
they said America. They said America. So we don't know if it's everywhere though.
You know what though?
Maybe he sent a letter.
I'm gonna talk about this though. I wish that nigga Horikoshi just never kept. Man, I wish the Horikoshi never said nothing about his nigga daddy. Because I guarantee you, had he never said his daddy would come in the future, it would not have been a big deal. Because I guess because parents are more prominent in MHA, it matters the most. And I guess, and a lot of people don't even realize the Horikoshi said that in the interview that Hisashi would come. They just talk about where is he at. Because in any other anime, ain't nobody asks about these niggas' parents like that, bro.
Well, yeah, it's because MHA is one of the few series that actually is like, yeah, this is set in the real world, so your parents matter.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think the real thing is though, it's the fact that he said it and confirmed the nigga was gonna show up. So then everybody just keeps questioning. It's not a matter of if, it's when he'll show up. And it's like, okay, no, this is no better time for him to show up than now. Where the fuck is he?
Also, Joseph Ciola said, Vigilantes had Force Ghost vestiges months before N advised Deku on using Smokescreen. The two series connect in a way a lot seem to dismiss. Exactly.
Oh, you can say that. I'm not gonna disagree with that. They had the trigger in there first. I'm not gonna argue that.
They don't dismiss it. They just don't read it. There's different.
Yeah, that's the thing you have to keep in mind. I don't think many people are saying that. Oh yeah, no, Vigilantes.
They are in waiting. They are in waiting. Niggas can't read. They're talking reading. Books, little letters.
Get this nigga a record.
Yeah.
You keep lying to me.
What is going on?
No.
Fucking waiting.
Banzu!
It's also
Fucking waiting. I'm
What
telling
did
you,
he
I'm
say?
mad.
Y'all realize what he said.
I know what he's saying. Like, I was saying, can he not hear us now? 'Cause he's trying to- But anyway, as I was saying, most people don't say that it doesn't matter. That's not like they don't look at it like Team Up Mission or the movies. They say that it matters. They just don't give a fuck about reading it. And it's me. I'm niggas. I don't care. I don't care about reading it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same.
I'm like 20 chapters behind on that shit, and I just don't care. That's where it is.
And to be honest, to me, we've been talking a lot about vigilantes here and there, but the thing is, I've never had the feeling that I'm actually missing something in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sense
yeah.
that I'm not understanding what's happening, or that I don't have a certain bit of information. The only part I actually read was the Aizawa backstory, because that, I guess, isn't explained in detail, at least in the actual manga.
Sayas,
But
It's touched upon, but not deep.
you are a person who is actually like educated to like think about the topics.
I mean, yeah, of course.
So
Yeah,
like,
you don't need the remedial course.
But the thing is, if you're not educated to think about it, you maybe also won't be able to make a transfer from vigilante to
Yeah,
Pro Hero Academia without vigilante.
Oh yeah, because I'm still shook when I hear people talk about vigilante. That's the reason. I think honestly, that's another reason I don't like to read it. It's not about y'all saying y'all like it. No, y'all saying you like it's fine. I don't care about that. It's people saying that. It's when I see niggas say that it's better than the main series that it pisses me off.
oh
It's
yeah,
almost
no,
like
no,
out
no,
of
no.
spite.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
why
like,
I gotta-
it's like no. I actually hear people say that like they go
Yeah,
way
I've heard
more
that
into
too.
depth into depth for the world than the main series does. It doesn't actually because they actually show the societal problems, unlike the main series. I hate seeing shit like that to where it almost makes you want to not read it out of spite. I hate it. I hate seeing that shit. Because I said it before. I said it before. When I see
makes the story better.
I don't think it does.
It just by reading Vigilante, it makes the story. It brings more. You see, you start to see more stuff in the story because you can make the connection between the two. That's just this.
So here's the thing. I've read majority of that series. I don't think I look at any MHA any better or worse because the only thing about it is for me is that the reason I don't really enjoy it as much is because Betancourt's not nearly the type of writer that Hori is. If Betancourt, not Betancourt, the nigga who writes it, and Betancourt's art isn't nearly the art of Hori either. I hate his art. So there's that, and it's like if the writing was like on like similar levels to MHA, maybe I would agree with this sentiment. But the problem is, the thing I like about MHA, I said this earlier, is the subtlety in the writing in all aspects of it.
Right.
But when it comes to vigilantes, that shit is so fucking in your face. It feels amateurish at some levels. Because like, there's a talk, for example, where I can't remember what the fuck it was. One of those people got turned into like some heteromorphic ass nigga. So now he's really fucking big. He says, "What about me? Y'all don't have no place for me to stay? That's discrimination. Y'all should be building places for people like me to be living at." It's like, okay, nigga, I get it. Yeah, I'm like, okay, nigga, you couldn't have said this. You couldn't have said this in a way that felt natural. Shit felt so fucking forced. It's shit like that I don't like about how their way they talk about the societal problems. Because it just feels so much like, hey, I don't know how to fucking talk about this in a way that feels like it's just a normal fucking conversation. So I got to make it pretty fucking obvious what I'm trying to say. It's always like that with me, in Vigilantes to me. So it's like, it's a series that I'll read if I might read it when it's over, but as of right now, I don't give a fuck.
No, Sayas doesn't like that Endeavor is still so angry in Vigilantes.
Oh, I don't like how ugly he is.
It's not the still part. It's not the angry part. It's the just seeming. I don't know.
It's the ugly part for me.
Yeah, that too.
Everybody's ugly.
I actually agree in regards to the style that when I first started this, I was about to just close it again because the characters just looked so much like not MHA.
It's like all the characters that are from Vigilantes, they look fine. I have no issue with them. Like Fukauchi's sister, she looks fine in there. Even Fukauchi himself, he looks fine. But the rest of the niggas, like All Might with that fucking weird ass chin, or fucking
Bro, what is with you with chins?
I'm saying,
chins are important. I don't know what you're talking about.
Chin. He's the fucking crimson chin looking ass nigga. Get out of here. And then there's Endeavor with that, I don't know, nigga looks like one of those fat niggas who got bullied in high school.
He's so squat somehow. He looks really squat.
I'm like, yeah, no, nigga, they all look ugly. The only one that doesn't look ugly to me is fucking Mirko.
Dog, they're saying you got a chin fetish.
I'm saying that is.
They're saying that's why you're paying so much attention to it, you know.
I pay attention to all aspects of art, and that shit ugly.
I don't know.
man.
I kind of when I read Vigilantes, I kind of thought that the characters all looked somewhat round, like very round.
Yeah, they all got
And that's
box
just
heads.
not-
The many niggas got box heads and shit. I hate it. Like I can say they look round. The main series has a lot of round faces. It's not about round. They're very angular.
They
have a lot of
calling
angular.
y'all out for body shaming right now.
Okay, so call me out for that for all you want, nigga. I'm a body shamer. Nah, nigga, they all have like angular ass faces and shit. They're just ugly and they don't fit with the style. But they don't. I know they're not meant to be his own little style. But I think to me, it's like, for example, the team up mission artist. That art. Oh, I can tell it's different than Hori's, but it's much closer to his than fucking Betancourt's. Like there are like certain shots it's like obvious it's not his, but there's other ones that are like, oh yeah, this looks really close to Hori's art. I like it. So
Also,
if you had that artist on Vigilantes, I might like Vigilantes a lot more.
Man.
So I can stand and look at it.
Also, Joseph Ciola said something important here. The Venn diagram of people who think Vigilantes is better and think Deku should have stayed quirkless is a single circle.
That's
No, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, you won't catch me disagreeing with that. That is the truth.
But yeah, that's true. That's true. It's always the people that think that they were promised a story with the quirkless hero, and they got that in Vigilantes.
Oh, you mean like that fucking person who said that we were promised that the story of MHA was about how everyone could be a hero at first, and now it's not like that.
God damn it.
Yeah, somebody said that. I didn't
Like, hey,
understood that.
I didn't read the first chapter. I know what MHA is about. Oh, I just say NBA. I'm over in the anime, apparently.
Damn, man. The man said from on one of his first lines is men are not about equal.
It's one of those cases of people not even reading what Horikoshi literally writes in the very first chapter.
Like
That
on the
comes
very
out-
first page.
All I said about that was
wasn't
Mickey
sure.
Mouse opinion. That's a Mickey Mouse opinion.
Like, okay, and this is why I say that MHA is the MCU's punching bag. It's superhero TV shows punching bag. It's the punching bag of like, because it's a shonen, it inherently gets extra blows for being a shonen. Like, because we're doing all these plot lines or whatever that definitely aren't what we normally or handle like the way we normally do it, and then like just all gets ignored, and it's like, oh yeah, let's just look the kid show. It's not, and I'm like, how did you miss all of it? Shit makes me sad, bro. Because like even like with the CR, like I feel like once the CRC was introduced and we had like Spinner talking about like the discrimination, people would at least go back and look at more of this stuff, but nah. Like, oh, and like what's worse is like the discrimination is in both series, so it's like you could get it.
Say what?
But
Yeah, I mean, just read Spinner's short narration. Well, that wasn't much, just one chapter, and you should understand that part at least.
I'm really
I think like for me, I understand completely of the discrimination aspect in the series because it's pretty fucking obvious. They talk about it. They already like there's all little small situations, and and like for example, a good example is Shoji. The reason Shoji wears his fucking mask because it scares niggas.
Yeah, or just in the very, very first chapter where like this mutant villain is the villain and he's like the worst sort of evil because he tried to steal a purse.
I mean,
it was the absolute incarnation of evil.
I mean, there's also like
Ah!
I think they talk about it. They talk about it with whatchamacallit, with Suyu's friend too.
Oh, that snake girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of little statements here and there that give this away. And that to me, I feel like that feels more natural in the world building department because it's supposed to be fucking normal. Like it's supposed to be just a part of the world. If you don't make a big deal out of it, it feels more natural and
Yeah.
it feels more natural. Because like if I'm talking about real shit, if I'm talking about like some actual everyday discrimination in this world, I'm not gonna, unless something big happened, I'm not gonna go on some big ass fucking rant about it.
You're not gonna stand in front of the company and wave your fist. They didn't let me in because of discrimination. You're not gonna do that.
Exactly. You're gonna make a little statement about it, and then you're gonna move on.
I used to type comments about Spider-Man. Donating says, I'm down for Koichi coming, but only if he has a real personality. His quirk is the coolest part about him, and I hope he has more edge to him. Vidge characters always look better when Hori's drawing them.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an immediate upgrade, even without changing anything else.
His character. That guy is literally the guy who tries to help people. Like he's not a Deku 2.0, literally. What? He's not like an alpha male. I can understand that, but still, what's the problem with the coach's character?
Also, so me, I'm gonna real quick say I have zero clue to this day why people call Kaiju number 8 the next AOT.
I've never read one chapter of that, so I couldn't tell
I
you.
understand the comparison because in the beginning it feels very similar.
Yes.
In terms of the premise, but it's very different in terms of how it's written and the humor.
Yeah.
It's way more funny.
Like
facts.
Like I was like to me, I was like, it's a kaiju story. We'll see from there. Not the kaiju broke in. It's the Titans. I'm like, bro, like what?
I will tell you something, Aniki. People who doesn't know about the kaiju stuff think that AOT they just talk things that they know as popular that have some traits, because the Titan aspect is more like a disconstruction of about the kaiju stuff. No, Attack on Titan is based on the kaiju stuff normally. Zombie kaiju stuff because they are giants.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
there's a popular story there too.
Yeah, zombie. Just like he mixed a whole of stuff. So for them, many people will think that it is from there, but nah. I like when you know about the kaiju history, the whole kaiju's, Godzilla, and all the other kaiju stuff are in Japan since the 60s though that they made the movies, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you know the history about them with Ultraman stuff like this, guys, please, you know that trajectory that it comes from this. What?
Yeah, I kind of remember that when I started reading Kaiju, the first 1 or 2 chapters, I felt like the premise is very similar because it's like these 2 kids who are saying that they are getting basically revenge on these monsters. And then one is able to turn into one of these monsters. But that's basically where the similarities end, right?
Okay, so somebody say, I heard Kaiju number 8 is just a meathead shonen with a boomer, and that's it.
Whoa!
So
I've never heard.
That's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
But he's not a boomer. He's Chen.
I just sneezed that hard because I'm allergic to bullshit that JJ.
Gen X.
But I do think it's a little overgassed. But that's okay. Like if people are enjoying it, I don't care. Like I enjoy Kaiju number 8, so I'm fine with people enjoying it more than me. I'm just a little worried what'll happen if it gets an anime and people keep it the way they have.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen when that happens. When that anime comes out, if people find out that it's Hori's assistant, well, I already know where that's going. You already know where that's going.
I didn't know it was Hori's assistant. I didn't know
that either.
Yeah,
I thought they show some people a bit with this. Oh, it's gonna be fun when I will shatter their dreams.
But
he's going to say they're just going to be like, "Damn, Hori's assistant doing better than him." Sad. That's I'm going to see. He's going to see that. You're going to see it all over.
Yeah, because whatever. No, I'm not going to get into that because I think part of what makes people hype Kaiju number 8 up a lot is just that they're like gore fans, so they like seeing people bleed a lot.
But that's the thing too. When people compare like Attack on Titan, like Attack on Titan was dropping bodies for niggas, like niggas or like
till that
last set up.
chapter.
I'm not getting into that. The reason I like Kaiju 8 so much is because I have to say, among most of the shonen I read, Kaiju 8 has for me the most sympathetic main character from Jump.
Yeah, because he's really just a dude.
I just like him. Yeah.
He's
just
there.
a
He's
dude.
there. He's there with Dingy from in terms of relatability. It's like
Yep.
it's just a normal nigga. Like
Let's
I'm
do
not
it,
having.
wait.
I'm not trying to have all these grand ambitions and be the leader of the free world or this, that, and the other. Do it.
He's also not annoying.
Yeah,
Also
I
better-
fucking love Kafka. That
Look,
nigga-
if I'm
but
honest,
I was also going to point out that that's not the demographic, by the way. That this is for adults.
I'm
that's
also
fine.
just gonna say that I would say that post Big Three MCs are a lot more grounded for the most, like for a lot of the bigger series.
There's a screaming midget that you're forgetting.
Yeah, but he's specifically written to be like a Big Three era MC. So,
True.
like, I like that's. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Oh, but real quick, I wanted to address something that Jake said in the chat way earlier. He was like, it's also really cool and terrifying in hindsight how MHA uses the word villain and how little they use terms like criminal or thief.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's actually a speech that All For One had in Vigilantes, where he said, don't you think the word villain is an extremely charged word for some of these quirk-related crimes? Like, there's like a whole...
Didn't the boys have an episode about that too?
Regards to what?
Kind of.
What they do?
Like, is super villain? Is that not a bit too strong? Shouldn't we go with criminals? No, it's super villain. Has to be super villain.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah. But that's the way about that with the boys is that
Yeah,
it's
sure.
all business.
Yeah, sure, of course. No, but I agree. That's something I when I started writing fanfic about, it was really confusing for me because I just wanted to call them all criminals, but then it's harsh to call them all villains.
Say it as the boys fanfic.
No, MHA. I mean,
Okay.
If she does it in boys, but she needs to do an Invincible one next.
Hey man, listen. Speaking of which, Invincible. Boy.
We can do an Invincible. We're doing an Invincible stream after the season.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
can even do a watch stream for the people who want to watch.
I'm all for that.
Listen, I ain't spoiling nothing, but I read the comics. I'm on issue 70 out of 144. That nigga Mark Grayson, boy. Man, Kirkman with the pen and Oatley with the art. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me.
You're gonna be. I'm gonna start talking to you when Walker comes back.
Man, listen, don't talk to me when that. Don't talk to me when that bum come back, bro. That nigga art ugly. I want an Oatley there, man.
No.
At least I ain't going out bad because I know the artist changes. Like from like Oatley has the best art when drawing Invincible.
He does.
Yeah, that nigga.
Okay.
It's Oatley and Archer switch back and forth, but Oatley shits on Walker.
Walker over here with those dark eyes that piss me off.
No, the thing that I would like to talk about is the way that people react to the Falcon, the Winter Soldier. I was shook
Oh shit.
on Twitter by some stuff. I didn't understand how people. I'm scared for some people, for you guys in USA. The way that people
we
act.
used to having shooters, baby. It's fine.
I'm telling you. No, just like losing hope in humanity for dumb stuff, you know.
Because they talked about racism. He said, "Oh my God, I'm losing my faith in man because of the dialogue."
Yo, man, the stuff that I see online, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, guy, do we see the same program?
Yeah.
No. You have to understand. You have to understand.
I agree.
I don't want to get too deep in what I'm about to say. I'll just say this: you have to understand, this is a very individualistic society we live in this country. So motherfuckers think to themselves, "This doesn't affect me. No, this isn't about me." It makes you feel weird if you talk about this type of shit. Shut the fuck up. Fuck those people who's actually affects. Who cares about them?
Okay,
I don't
because
even know
if they talk like this, that's reasonable even. You know what I mean? Because they say this, the people that I see on Twitter, what they post sometimes, thinking to myself, did you see the same thing as I saw? Literally posting like Iron Patriot, like War Machine. What the hell is happening? I don't understand.
You have to understand. You have to understand.
What's that with Iron Patriot?
No. So what happened? What happened was so we can get off this. There was a part where Bucky said something along the lines of, it's like he never thought of what it meant what it would mean for a black man to be Captain America. So then they say that, and they're like, "Oh, really? Is that so?" And then they post Iron Patriot. What's this? That's not Captain America, you dumb fuck.
What
Oh,
are you
yeah.
talking about? It's the
Oh,
same
man.
color scheme and
It
red,
is.
white, blue, and
It is
it's
the
Captain
same color
America.
scheme.
I'm like, they don't know what the fuck.
And to be
I'm
honest, a whole body armor is better than just a shield, right? I mean,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, oh, man.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
okay, Jake, real quick, I will co-sign that, but like, I really, really need American comics to, like, yes, keep it. Go ahead, you can keep exploring Batman and stuff, whatever. But like a character like Duke, for example, in Batman, who was the Lark, black kid, became one of his like partners, never became a Robin, skipped that Robin phase, went straight to being Lark or whatever. I think, like, start trying to have new characters, give them a story arc, and let it end. Like, start just doing that more. We need that. Anyway, because we were talking about villains and you were talking about, and I wanted to go find that speech. So I got it pulled up. So this is what All for One speech about the word villain is. It's Kurigiri. You and I may be what the good little citizens and politicians call villains. But what is a villain really? The term is far too emotionally charged to simply describe a certain class of criminal, wouldn't you say? If that were all, why not just say quirk criminal and be done with it? I believe that the concept should be defined by a particular relationship between a person's will and their quirk. When that will and that quirk support each other to create a firm bedrock of resolve, well, those people are called heroes. But when an extreme and violent will stimulates a quirk into running amok, or on the flip side, when an unruly quirk twists a person's will to its own ends, that disparity creates a dangerous imbalance. Unstable characters like that deviate from their pigeonholes in society and threaten to destroy the entire framework. As such, that sort of logically evil or enemy of society is shunned and scorned as a villain, meaning that at the core of villainy is that essential imbalance. Going by that definition, what is the next inevitable conclusion? Basically, forcing a person's quirk to rage out of control or otherwise flipping their quirk around destroys that balance, letting me turn anyone into a villain.
Cool.
Listen.
so his definition of a villain is a
Person whose quirk and self is out of balance and rampant and wild.
That's also not. I mean, that's his personal definition. It's not really.
But like his point is that like the word villain itself, he's like he said, you could just call them a quirk criminal. So like that's like the best estimation that somebody can have is that when a person uses their quirk and it causes harm, they're considered villains. And when they use it for good, they're heroes. And it's just simply a matter of whether or not your quirk is like the situation with your quirk is considered beneficial or not in a utilitarian sense. Don't say that. And real quick, superhero comics in the West have become like soap operas, never-ending melodrama and ridiculous retcons. Oh, yep. And can we talk about how MHA hot takes equals slander excuse? That's why I don't really
That's what it is.
entertain them largely, because usually it's just people saying like the most ridiculous, contrived thing, trying to get clout or just pulling something out of their ass.
Man. You know what? It's so funny because you know some of these air quote hot takes coming from some
Microburst.
Some of these former fans. You know what's so funny is that I noticed this back in 306, and people are just now realizing in 309. That nigga Horcrux, he set everybody up, and it's the funniest thing ever, boy. I knew it when he had that. Deku was so hopeful and joyful, this, that, and the other. No, 305. I'm tripping. 305. When he had the Deku so hopeful and joyful, this, that, and the other, and then it just kept getting greater and greater. In this last chapter, I was like, Horikoshi is luring everybody into a false sense of hope because they really forgot all the other panels tracking back to Shigaraki's timeline to what happens when he fully heals. Like people might think, like I don't know, they just forgot how the fight went, but he regenerated his body like 5 or 6 times before that last bout. And the Deku kept punching his ass 100%, but his body was already wearing and tore down. Like he has been resting. When that nigga come back up, like I'm just trying to prepare y'all. I said on Twitter, and now everybody like, oh wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on, now you right. I'm like, it's a false sense of hope. He tricking y'all. I don't know why y'all believe it's finna go so sweet.
Is he? What? Are they just? They're just waiting on him to wake up and kill and try to fight him, right?
Like they're trying to find him before he wakes up because they don't want him to reach his full power.
Yeah,
but
they're
that's
trying to-
already too. That's already too late because it's already deep in April when he was supposed to wake up.
It's not just that though. The problem is they're trying to bait him out. But for you to bait him out, you would have to already be up.
Yeah,
I'm kind of waiting on him.
and that's another thing too. Like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about baiting him out. You would need every pro hero you got. Only reason y'all even got that lucky last time because Isaiah was there nerfing him and he only had his physical abilities and he was still dodging and swerving y'all niggas out. When he come back with his quirks and got some time and he not caught off guard, like he not stupid, bro. Like I'm trying to tell people now, bro. Like I don't know what makes them think the heroes got the winning hand. They don't. They all right. Y'all keep forgetting that nigga off one. I hate as much as I hate off one. He there too, bro. Like he ain't been sitting on his fucking tomorrow. I can't wait till he wake up. No, he busted out of prison for a reason. That nigga got plans on top of plans. Like they finna wreck full force havoc on these streets. Like Rex was talking about. Sugar Rocky hasn't united nobody. They just loose and goosey all in the streets. Like that's okay. Like go ahead and read back.
Hold up, time out. So the issue with that is it ignores the context of who was loose in the streets in this last chapter. Muscular
what do you mean? What do you mean
wants
is that? I'm confused.
to run in the streets
Rex
and do that shit.
Rex was talking about how the villains just Sugar Rocky not leading nobody. He ain't the king. Everybody just free roaming around doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, oh my God.
Which is what did. But in a panel when Hawks talk about the goddamn plan, he said havoc everywhere, all the streets. When laws become fucking meaningless, then Sugar Rocky rises above the top of the rubble, and the second coming of All For One. Like hello, I tell you, cherry picking is the most greatest thing apparently for niggas because they can ignore what they want to ignore and read what they want to read.
Like it's like, is this not allowed to progress as a process like it was described? Like I don't understand.
Like
Exactly.
Niggas just make shit up.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't make sense to me because it's just like, what is it? The logic that they're going off of is that little like description. I have to question something. Why is everybody going off that description? Because I said it, we've already understood this. When it comes to somebody laying out a fucking plan in a story, more often than not, the plan's not going to go that way. So why are we holding the story to that plan?
Because then you'd have to admit that you were just wrong. Like, and that's something that people don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just like it doesn't work that way. It never worked that way. It never has and never will.
Like, it's just what it is. Like, people gotta fucking add some humility to their diet.
Don't worry, the screenshot's out.
Like the only time I would be able to accept something like that story is going in a bad direction would be like if nobody is able to see it. Nobody's able to see this happening. Like there's other stories where things happen and the fans they didn't see it coming, but then once it happened, they said, "Oh no, I always saw this coming." Yeah, it's like that's where I think the story is actually kind of bad. It is in a situation where when the story started progressing, people started to change their opinions because they started to understand that the story was going in a different direction. It's where snap, it changed. It just goes completely opposite of the direction it led you in, and then people would pretend that they brought that all the time. That's where I think people are just being blind. But there's a lot of things that happened prior to this that give you an interpretation of in the direction it was going. So if that's the case, and you're just blatantly ignoring where the new direction the story took, then that's on you. That's not nobody else but you.
Yep.
So let me
and I hope I'm hopeful that nobody actually caught what I was referencing when I was talking about that other shit, other series doing that.
I think I do, but I'm not gonna speak. But Solo Me had a question. If the villains lost, air quote, because they didn't feel like they won, did Bakugo lose in sports festival, and did Kendo lose in joint training?
Oh, see, but like that don't count. Like that's not the same. Like that's what you would get. Like,
What from where come that stuff? Where do you
Like-
compare stuff like this?
no, like that person. No, like they're pointing out a double standard. Like you're right. That's exactly how it would have been.
That's why I keep telling y'all I be calling defend them out because ain't nothing but a bunch of damn snakes and hypocrites. They don't keep the same energy and they always cherry picking, bro. When somebody else do something, you know, when it come to MHA, well, it wasn't explained well enough and it wasn't set up. Your ass up.
No, it was there.
Yeah, fake
It
gas.
was there.
I tired of fake gaslighting, bro. We don't do that.
It was the broccoli that was on your dinner plate, and you said no, I don't want to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Then you
That was
eat it.
that was a beautiful analogy. That was a beautiful analogy, man.
You eat it, got season on it, and you see it's not that bad as you thought. It's even
Yeah.
greater than you did, and it makes a complete meal. Well, I like broccoli this entire time.
I never knew that I liked broccoli.
Well, like that's how it works. Is
Like shit, it's right there, and it's good for you. Makes your meal so much better. Just eat it. It's right there.
like it kind of comes down to with some people, they want like people keep saying that they're not trying to follow a way, but the reality is that humans are like pack animals. Like we do to a certain degree. Like if we see like a big thing like constantly being said, whether it's actually makes sense or not, if you tell a lie long enough and loud enough, it'll eventually become the truth to people, right?
Right.
So we do still see like these blowbacks and these social like consequences, and so
That's what happened to global history, man.
well, and like a lot of that is like what happened with like My Hero, where like there was just like this weird slander phase. So all of a sudden, like all slander seemed viable forever because people basically decided they didn't like joint training, and in reality, it's kind of like, well, no, like a lot of the stuff you're saying has either been rectified or addressed or is structured in such a way that it's about having an actual character arc or a journey to go on. Similar, like the same complaints about where Shigaraki is in are the same ones that were about Mina when she fumbled. It's like you're ultimately upset that the character has more room for growth and more places to go now as a person, because now Shigaraki has the potential of becoming completely stable, because like in that villain thing that I'm like read, if Shigaraki is just compelled to destroy, then he's a person whose quirk is controlling him. He needs to be a person who's enacting his will upon his quirks.
Yep.
So
All for One wanted him to be.
right. And so like if you look at the vestige being a conscious quirk that's fighting, he needs to enact his will upon that quirk and take that quirk under his control and be the villain, because he's either or that quirk that he has inside him that he got from All for One can take him over, and either way it works. Either way, whether he is given the power of All for One and Shigaraki becomes the like confirmed, you know, like wielder and like dominant personality, or he is taken over, the quirk that was given will allow him to make that person the ideal villain. So that's like where Shigaraki is. And now if he overcomes that, great. If he fails, then he loses. But if Shigaraki had to overcome Redestro, Shigaraki has to overcome, you know, and live up to All for One in the eyes of, you know, Gigantomachia, because that was part of what he had to do. He had to live up to Gigantomachia's eyes, and like, you know, and to All for One's image in Gigantomachia's eyes during the Deca City incident, and inspire that same level of leadership. Then why wouldn't he also eventually have to prove and assert himself, and eventually went out with All for One himself? Especially thinking about the fact that, like the vestige Force Ghost, this whole conversation about what makes a villain is likely to come into play and have a weight on the main story eventually, or like in some fashion inform on All for One's ideology.
Yeah.
And Arbla said, holy crap, that was the broccoli that nobody eats.
Look at you
There it is.
spitting my eye. Wow, look at Anarchy. Spitting as per usual. I mean, I'm not surprised. Why do you think I follow this nigga?
Same here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You can, like, there's stuff that I've watched and been like, eh. Like, actually, as much as people like hype up deaths in series, if you oversaturate a person like me with death, I start to just not care.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cough. I'm calling niggas out. Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Like in general, I always prefer a character surviving. There are very few exceptions where I think that a character death actually brings something positive to the overall story.
And so, like, there were like certain deaths that happened, especially like in these last arcs of AOT. There was one really big one that I remember my friend messaged me that she cried when she got spoiled on that death.
Damn, that's it.
And I was
Who
like,
cried?
I know who
Me,
you're
to be
talking about.
honest.
I know who
Who
you're
cried
talking
when
about.
she got spoiled? Who cried when she got spoiled about what?
and
Nigga,
for
I was
AOT,
eating, so
yeah, I know you
this
was
is one of my
somewhere else.
friends. One of my friends. It's one of my friends.
Okay.
And I really was just like, oh damn, this is a really beautiful scene. You dead. And like that's kind of all it was, because like for AOT, I always expect somebody to be about to die.
Yeah.
So now it's not a matter of whether or not like somebody dies. It's like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, there's that death on the checklist. There's that death on the checklist. There's that death on the checklist. Like
Hey.
it ends up being more like that. Like death is a part of the process. So somebody has to die because you always kill somebody to advance the plot.
Hey, listen, and you know what, JJ? You spitting, because I was gonna say Chainsaw Man too. A lot of people did not want to get on Chainsaw because it's like, well, what's the point if hella people finna die?
Okay, see, see about that. I feel it. I completely feel it. But it was the end of the show, so I didn't care. Like it was the end of that part, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but before the last arc and like last 2-3 chapters, nobody knew he was gonna have a part 2.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Still care about
they
live happily ever after.
I mean, even if they didn't have a part 2 and that was the end of the series, that would have made it even better for me. Because like if you kill off all the cast at the end of the series, I don't give a fuck. It really doesn't matter to me. Like I'm like it's gonna hurt, but I won't really hold it against the series. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're killing these niggas off and there's like 2 or 3 arcs left, oh yeah, nigga, now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed because I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing with this being a part 2. It's supposed to fuck Denji up, so he's gonna be like, "Damn, nigga, what the fuck am I here for?"
Keep it easy peasy. You know, some people haven't read it. They most
he's going to school right now, so he's gonna make some new friends, some good people that we really like, and they will all die.
I love how he said, "Keep it light," and he said, "Fuck it, nah, look at all this."
This nigga Panzer, bro. Oh my god.
I mean, that's what I was going to say, but I stopped. He just finished it off for me.
I was like, all right, hold on. So the anime gonna come out. People might want to read it.
Real quick, for the person who mentioned Akame ga Kill, Akame ga Kill is the perfect example of an anime.
Yes.
That like I was watching it and then I was just like, all right, so somebody's got to die. It's been like 2 episodes.
We are 10 chapters in since the last death.
Anime's worse though. The anime's worse though.
2 episodes. What? It's like, oh, what? Somebody hasn't died this episode. There's only 4 episodes left this season.
We're overdue.
Like,
yeah,
like I said, the anime is worse though because they actually killed off more niggas than the anime did.
No, but you know what? They just killed them off at a faster rate.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. That's why it feels monotonous though. That's why it feels so fucking pointless because like niggas are dying like rapid speed, so you don't get to really connect to nobody in the anime.
No, when they killed my homeboy in the manga, I was livid, boy. Because his death was different in the fucking I won't spoil. Well, you know, it doesn't like really matter because
I was gonna read that shit.
Yeah, but Luke,
I watched the anime. I was shook by how they killed
my boy with the green hair. He had fought the like the Emperor's nephew. Yeah, Lobok. Then he fucked the Emperor's nephew in like the anime, and it was different how he died in the anime than the other thing. Because like in the other thing, he was a prisoner and he escaped. And the new squad pulled up, and I was like, "Oh shit, my boy about to make it out." And he made like a new move. He was like, "I'm out this bitch." And then all of a sudden, homeboy just slashed the nigga in half. I was like, "Bro, what? You know what's good? Like, y'all got it. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Somebody always fucking dying. Put Chesley head on the pipe. Goddamn, all types of shit. I'm tired of y'all niggas, man.
What was that? What was that gay nigga's name? What was his name? Yeah, he was dope, and they killed him off too. And I was like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Okay. His was actually good because it was like the first one.
I mean, I know why they did it. It was to give it was actually give a reason for Tatsuki to be able to fight. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. It still fucked me up because I like that nigga. He was cool.
Yeah, like that one, it hit, and it's like, oh damn, no other death was as connected to the cast.
No. Hold on. The girl that girl on their team who liked Tatsuki, I felt that death too.
No, I didn't. But
I
That
felt
girl
like
on the
that.
team who, what was her name again?
Chesley.
I don't remember anybody's name, so that sounds like to her.
It was
I don't
Chesley.
remember names at all.
Tatsumi
We're
is my
talking about
favorite
mine.
character.
I just
Tatsumi.
found that. I just
No.
found it funny. That girl that liked Tatsumi, that was the best friend. That I remember the name. I really felt that.
No, Tatsumi was my favorite character. That's the only reason I remember his name. But fucking like I don't remember anybody else's name like other than like Akame and fucking Esdeath.
Yep. That's the
Mhm.
only ones that I can remember.
Her
As
name was mine.
I'm surprised you remember any of their fucking names, Aniki.
He felt for them. He just want to lie right now. He just want to accept the
No, 'cause
reality.
there was like Shield, because I like remember people's names because I was like there was like Shield, there was like Lubbock, who was the string user, and I always loved string
Yes.
weapons. So
Mhm.
like oh yeah, I remember because like when Shield died, I was like, but wait, she didn't even like talk, like she barely talked. Like what's up with this?
I only felt like I said, I only felt 2 deaths.
I
in that whole
remember
series.
the one with pink hair and the gun. She died when she was running, or she thought that she had survived, stuff like this, if I remember well. The one I don't remember if she was in love with someone else.
It was mine. She was in love with Tatsumi.
Yeah, her. Yeah, her. That's what I'm out.
And she died like she had her head on the pike too, or not? I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
that was
remember.
Chelsea.
Listen, at the end of the
According
day,
to
you know what I'm
these.
saying? Huh? Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, the commander, you know, my queen with the eye patch, she's still alive, you know what I'm saying? You know, we
I
like
knew you were gonna bring that up.
Hey man, listen. Could they kill our ass there? Man, listen, talk to me. Hey, my homeboy over the bag, boy. I'd have been in S-Def clan so goddamn fast. When she had homeboy in the bed, I was like, bro, what is you doing? And then I was crying when she found this nigga and captured him, took him back to her house. Bro, I was hollering. I said, bro, what is you doing?
He's
I'd have
my
been in the,
favorite. No, he's my favorite character, but he fumbled the bag.
I'd have
He
been
fumbled.
And
Also,
Zev wanted to have the kid
for
of
the
the
record-
kid of the wanted the guy to become her man. But I was shook the first time that the strong girl who likes the weaker guy. I was like,
And-
that was okay. That was the first time that I saw that. I think so.
we said,
That was
And hold up, I'm trying to see who it was that was talking about it. Yeah,
No, I think you understand.
Brendan De
She
La
fumbled.
Cruz. You're right. I actually like the AOT ending. So
Yeah. Ugh.
sounds like
BG, you
somebody
good? You got
missed
something in
Aaron's
your
real
throat?
character.
No. I'll go.
BG, you should drink some water, bro. You
I'd go-
sounding kind of sick.
I'd go on that. I'd go on that in another discussion. That's gonna bring up a lot of shit. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Ain't y'all niggas supposed to be having one? Ain't y'all supposed to be having a stream about the Aniki? She's
Aniki.
Eventually, yeah.
I think if
Oh,
if somebody of you,
wait, please tell me when that is. I want to watch.
if any of you
She's
have
good. I don't need to say anything. She's on my side, so I'll just watch.
okay, if any of you have the link to read the last chapter of Attack on Titan, I will be happy to get this because I
Have you caught up?
I didn't read the last chapter.
Oh,
Oh,
so that's what I'm saying. You read
shit.
everything but the last chapter, right?
I don't know because
Yeah.
I was reading it on the app, and my phone broke, so I am using
What
a
app?
new phone. I forgot the name. It's just like an app where I had all the mangas that I was reading, like
What Tachiyomi?
No.
Manga Dex?
It is manga.
Manga Dex?
No, not
Dex is
manga
an
Dex.
app.
Come
I
on,
think
you're about to
website.
tell us that you read on
Guys,
Manga Reader and
you
then
know
Manga
what?
Reader went offline.
I don't know what's in it.
Actually, we should not be talking about
Just give me if you have a link
manga
where I
sites.
can read it properly.
You really
just give
shouldn't
it.
be.
We should not be talking about illegal manga
what
sites.
illegal manga sites?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Read
yeah,
it
no,
officially
DM
on
each other
Crunchyroll.
about that one.
yeah. DM him the chapter. Yeah, well, then DM him the chapter in an official meeting for
That
the official
site
meeting.
that must not be named.
Allez, officially,
And the
I can
other
read it in
side.
French, but I don't want
Really?
to. I always read it. I always read the last chapters I was reading in English. Allez, since I don't know how many chapters I'm reading in English, so I didn't want to pay the full French. If I can pay for the English one version, it's no problem for me. But
The
yeah,
only place you could have read it.
Hey,
I think the only place you could have read it in English was fucking Comixology. I think.
Aniki.
okay, thanks.
Aniki.
Why are people trying to bring this joke back? What's up?
I think it's about time you hit that clock button right there. We hit the 3-hour mark.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first time we've hit the 3 hour mark in a while.
Surprisingly enough, it started with a dynamic duo, and then everybody else came in. Thank y'all.
Slack. No, I'm kidding.
I came in 20 minutes. I came in
So
20
guys,
minutes late, nigga.
before that we get
That's 20 minutes off your paycheck, BG.
Nigga, I was over
before
here.
that we end the stream,
Shit.
I was
we
doing
just need the
GTA
5
RP
likes
until
to
3
get the
a.m.
100 likes, people. Just
I had
like
shit
the
to
video,
do.
bring us to the 100 likes. Like
No.
Wait, BG, you get a paycheck?
No, like I said, I was doing GTA RP for the morning. I had to go to sleep.
Hey, I'm not trying to hear those excuses. The sponsor don't want to hear excuses, BG. All right. And we be on time.
Not lying. The sponsor don't want to hear excuses. Be on
Of
my
course.
money. All right,
Shit, nigga, I had to choose, and I made my choice.
let's go. Ponzu, final thoughts on the chapter.
Final thoughts. A good chapter. Can't wait to see what's happening next because it's setting up. Right now, we know how the side of the heroes are. I would like to know what's happening in the villain side. I just want to see my goat Spinner back. We need to have like Spinner being the main character for the villains right now because Shigaraki is like in a battle of wills against the ghost of All For One. So yeah, next to this, yeah. Thank you for being on stream. Sorry that I was late. You cannot hear it, but I will do it for you at the end. Let's go! So yeah, people, see you next week. Bisous.
Oh my god!
All right. BG.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it was great. After reading the officials, it's even better. Once again, yeah, those aren't the full gauntlets, they're the mid gauntlets. And what is it? We're gonna switch next week, and I can finally figure out what's happening with my favorite fucking character. So I'm happy. 10 out of 10.
About
Good.
Spinner? Yeah, let's go.
Just get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah. Walk-ins.
Man, fuck this chapter. -10 out of 10. I wish that got canceled and Build King could continue. I mean, that's such a much better series. I mean, fuck this chapter. I hated it, everything about it. Nah, it was a good chapter.
Damn,
I loved it.
Watkins. I was like, damn, Watkins just came out the left field with that one.
Nah, man, I loved it. I mean, everything's being like everything that's been set up is being paid off right here. And if you paid attention and read throughout the past 309 chapters, you understand that. But people just want to bitch and moan about, oh, Deku's arms are no consequences with that. No, there's still fucking consequences. Know how the human body works, idiot. Yeah, it was a good chapter.
Bishop says,
I actually went into this chapter. I feared a little bit that we would have to spend a lot of time with Deku alone now, which I didn't want. So I was very happy when just a few pages in, we went to All Might and then found out that he has a team that he's working with. So I really, really like this chapter. I really like the revelation that he's not entirely on his own. I am still a little bit on the fence about all of these questions being solved so easily in the flashback, but I don't have a problem with them being solved. I just thought it was very quick. But I would be fine with that. So, like the chapter overall, yeah, good chapter.
Archbishop East.
Hold up. You calling me? Oh. Listen, man, just get a quick run through, man. Listen, I absolutely cannot praise enough every time the growth is right there. I swear to God, I don't know if he just redraws the panels beat for beat or he takes that shit digitally and reprints it. But the fucking parallel from Deku like being a child and saving his mom to now, it's what I keep saying. The shit you niggas do during the action doesn't impress me because I can get cool action, cool meathead MC any fucking word. It's what they do in the dialogue outside and the growth they show me. That's what always fucking impresses me. So Deku's growth and able to install that sense of like solace into his mom and like, don't worry, I'll come back. You cry on my shoulder, I don't cry on your shoulder. And the child, it's not time to be a child anymore. Fucking phenomenal, bro. Like honestly, it's just honestly beautiful. And I told y'all we don't need a whole solo Deku arc for like 10 chapters. Y'all keep forgetting what y'all wanted 10 chapters Horikoshi did in fucking 3-4. Like once again, stop playing with us, man. Like honestly, it's just great to see, man. This is beyond 10 out of 10. This one phenomenals out of 10. It was absolutely beautiful. Last thing I'm gonna say is this: wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. That is a false sense of hope you've been installed with. These niggas pulled up like they finna do something. They finna get smacked and yoked the fuck up. One of them niggas ain't got wings. The other crippled and lost his lungs. Couldn't even keep up in the battle. Fucking the other one got still distraught by his damn son coming back from the dead. And Deku was still at 45%. And Toshinori, if I threw a brick at that nigga head, he dead. So I want you to really realize Shigaraki finna wake up and he finna stomp some people out. So I need y'all to get real prepared for this, okay? Let that false sense of hope you got go. I'm begging you. I don't want to see y'all cry. I love y'all, okay? I'll do this for y'all, okay? Letting y'all know. But hey, man, Horikoshi the motherfucking go. Undefeated of the East, baby.
Love you,
Please
bro.
don't throw any bricks at All Might.
I wouldn't do that. I'm just trying to paint the picture for you. If Shigaraki can punch a building in half with his fist, Toshinori ain't got too much, in the leeway of things of escaping.
All right, y'all. Y'all know we appreciate you coming through every single week. We're going to see y'all back next Sunday for the Church of MHA. Chapter review will hopefully be through by the end of the day, out to you.
I say yes, didn't I?
That's all I really got to say here. Chapter was great. I thought when I saw people being distraught on my timeline and all these other things that maybe Horikoshi would do something that was like really like MacGuffin-y, like maybe he would have like violated the rules of Eri, but nah. Instead, he just rewarded people who kept up with the MHA verse more versus the manga and keep up with these like little extra details of the technology and stuff. So it's cool. And rewarded Deku for his hard work. You got to respect that. You don't always have to ruin everything for the MC. And at the end of the day, a lot of times people don't do that. Yeah, Michael Burst flexing. You got the Endeavor emotes in the chat. Y'all come through. 5 members away from the next emote. Appreciate you all being here. Appreciate like Horikoshi and everybody that's involved with the team. Appreciate all the guys, Bishop, BG, Watkins, East.